And welcome into the Bank of Colorado Event Center at Northeastern Junior College in Sterling, Colorado for the final time on day 2 of the 1A District 4 volleyball tournament. Caliche and Fleming know they're moving on to Saturday. They know they're the 2 and the 3 seed, but they have to determine who's the 2 and who's the 3. They'll play matches back-to-back as they will also kick off our action in Saturday's championship pool. I'm joined by Cole Honstead here this afternoon. And Cole, quite the interesting matchup. Caliche coming in 15-4 as the 3 seed. Fleming coming in at 13-7 as the 2 seed because of the way they seed this bracket with the multi-leagues.
And that's really interesting as how they came up with it. Very tough side of the bracket for Caliche and really all throughout the season, but only coming out with 4 losses. And one of those losses was to Weldon Valley, a team they will have to play. Most likely.
One of those losses to Weldon Valley, 2 of them to Akron, who was the 4th.
And Fleming.
That tells you all you need to know right here coming into this matchup. These 2 teams played in the regular season. Fleming won in 4, and they'll square off. The winner has to play Weldon Valley and Pawnee back-to-back on Saturday. The loser does not, or the loser, has to play Weldon Valley and Pawnee back-to-back. The winner does not have to play back-to-back in Saturday's pool action. So very important to win this next one. I expect to see a dandy. We'll have it coming up in 4.5 minutes from the 1A District 4 volleyball tournament on this big-time small-town media production.
Superior Fertilizer and Construction are proud supporters of the Caliche Buffs. They carry Hubbard feeds for all of your livestock needs. They are also a full-service ag dealer with dry and liquid fertilizer, anhydrous and Chemical Plus alfalfa and grass seeds. If you need a new pole building, give them a call. Same name, same location for 40 years. Give Superior Fertilizer and Construction a call today, 886-2161.
Wernsman Homes and Construction, LLC is an authorized Wardcraft builder. Wernsman Homes is a general contractor and can handle your building needs from an ICF foundation, remodel, or a brand new home. Contact Jerry or Cindy Wernsman at 970-265-4895 and let Wernsman Home do the building for you. Visit their website at www.wernsmanhomes.com and let Wernsman Homes be your contractor, now and in the future. 970-265-4895.
Support of our area students and student athletes is paramount in their success. That's why Caliche Booster Club wants to invite you to support your local athletes and students in whatever town you're in. The Caliche Booster Club is proud to support the Buffs in all sports and all activities all season long. For more information on how you can become a member of the Caliche Booster Club, contact Caliche High School at 522-8200. And if you're not a Caliche Buff supporter, be a supporter of the area students and student athletes in your area.
Paoli Farmers Co-op Elevator congratulates all area teams on their great season and accomplishments. Paoli Farmers Co-op Elevator is your premier marketing partner when you need assistance in marketing your agricultural products. Visit them on the web at paolifarmerscoop.com. Or for more information, give Paoli Farmers Co-op a call at 774-7234 for marketing assistance.
For certified windshield repair and replacement, you already know to call Smart Parts in Sterling. But what about grill guards, running boards, and other truck accessories, such as BW hitches and 3M clear protective coating for any vehicle? Smart Parts has what you're looking for. Ask about the Vortex system, used for sprayed-on truck liners to protect your truck bed from wear and tear while enhancing the beauty of your truck. For these and other services, see Smart Parts at 530 6th Avenue in Sterling or call 522-5399.
Here's a simple math problem. What's 1 plus 1? 2, you say? Not at Bank of Colorado. Here, 1 plus 1 add up to free. Because our personal free checking and personal free collection give you twice as much free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, no service fees, and more. And when you add on, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you're into free, apply today to open a new account by visiting bankofcolorado.com, where 1 plus 1 equals free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get your DVD copies of the events you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecka, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community. You're looking for a used car, but you don't really trust those used car dealers. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto in Sterling, trust is not an issue. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, there is no purchase as is. Every vehicle on the lot comes with a complete warranty. For your convenience of shopping, Ertl Brothers Discount Auto is available online anytime at ebautos.com. They understand that not everyone works 9 to 5, so they'll even set up private appointments to work with your schedule. Visit Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 to 4.
Everybody knows that when a great opportunity, like an iPhone, presents itself, you grab it. Somebody says they've got tickets to the big game and can't go, you grab the tickets. Somebody tells you that you can get an iPhone at a special price, you grab it. And it's true. For a limited time, Viero has iPhones for only $79.99. And we'll even pay your early termination fees up to $200 when you switch to Viero. All that and coverage you can count on. So hurry into Viero today. Your iPhone is here. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
And welcome back to the Bank of Colorado Event Center. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Homstead. It's time to meet our starting lineups here this evening for our final matchup between the 2-seeded Fleming Wildcats and the 3-seeded Caliche Buffs. They just made one change on the Caliche side prior to the lineups, as they've made one minor change with their right side hitter, as Megan Pierce will get the start over Jess Taylor. Other than that, same as last game, Jaden Lambrecht, Hannah Yon, Rachel Edler, Sammy Morgan, and Kaylee Lewis, with libero Taylor Weingart for head coach Jeanette Lambrecht. For the Fleming Lady Wildcats, Caitlin Bornow, Sage Herbert, Janaea Daly, McCall Edel, Abby Kurtzer, and Taylor King. Their libero Megan Chintala. For head coach Derek Herbert. Starting lineups brought to you by Bob Mullendore, your independent associate Aflac representative. Peace of mind and cash. When you heard her say, get to know quack about Aflac. 522-2309. Huge matchup here for the two teams, Cole, because as I was mentioning in the pregame show, there are 4 teams within this district in the top 8 of the Freeman rankings.
Yes.
To qualify for state and use those Freeman rankings, you have to get out of districts.
And unfortunately, one of those teams will not.
The loser of this one has a tough road to hoe to get out of this district, because they have to play the number 1 Weldon Valley Warriors and the number 8 Pawnee Coyotes back-to-back, with Pawnee being the second of one, arguably the more important of the matchups because of the way Weldon Valley has played this season. They almost look untouchable for either of these teams. They've lost to Weldon Valley, and they have beat Pawnee, but they also didn't have to play a match in front of the match they played against Pawnee. So difficult road for the loser of this one. That's why this match may determine who a team is that goes to state.
And that road, let me put it in terms for those. It is hunting season. It's
yes,
like shooting a 50 cal one time and then coming back with a 300 the next.
Right.
So you got to shoot from big round to big round.
Yeah.
Really, it's going to be a tough shot.
It is a tough shot, and it's just the unfortunate way that things are lined out, and these teams know that, and we now know that Caliche and Fleming will play on Saturday against Weldon Valley and Pawnee. This is who the 2 seed is in Pool 2. Fleming going right to left on your video, ColoradoPreps.tv, and Janaea Daly with the serve to start it off. It'll be popped up back row, back onto the Fleming side, right into the radar zone of Taylor King, and she gets first point of the match for Fleming.
That's one. That's 15 on the day.
On the day. Janaea Daly will line the serve far side, fielded by Kayla Lewis cleanly this time. Lambrecht far side, yawn over the top of the block, diving dig out by Chintala, back row, born off near side, King, big swing off the block, diving dig out, back row by Lambrecht. Edler will free it over. Misplayed at the net by Sage Herbert, and Edler will get a dig kill for the Caliche Lady Buffs to tie it up at 1. Into serve will come Jaden Lambrecht. It'll be popped up back row, back set far side. Kurtzer off the block, popped up by Chintala and freed over by Kurtzer. Checked up high by Edler. Lambrecht will set far side, yawn over the top of the block. She'll go. Dug out by Chintala, back row. Bornoff set down the middle. Herbert push near side, popped up by Taylor. Lambrecht underneath at far side. She'll go, yawn, big swing, too big and out.
Back-to-back, just points giving. You just can't give away points like that to either one of these teams.
Have played a 25-23 and a 29-27 set against one another during the regular season. Abby Kurtzer serve, fielded by the Buffs. Big swing by Sammy Morgan, too big and out.
And that's one of those things you just can't do. As you noticed, you can't give either one of these teams any kind of breathing room.
Abby Kurtzer lines it far side, fielded by Hannah Yawn for the Caliche Buffs. Set down the middle, Hannah Yawn, big swing, down and in for a kill.
And that's what the Buffs need to do. They need to say, okay, we made an error. Let's just come back and pound one down and put the pressure on the Fleming Wildcats.
Sammy Morgan will step back with the serve here early in set 1. Sammy will put it down the middle, fielded near side by Taylor King. Born off to come back to the near post. Taylor King, big swing, too wide now.
As I mentioned for Caliche, you can't give away points. Well, it's the same for Fleming.
Both of these teams did not give away many points against Pete. Sammy Morgan with the serve deep, fielded back row by Megan Chintala. Set over the net by Bornoff, popped up on the front row by Pierce. Set far side, yawn over the top of the block. Diving dig out back row by Daly. Far side swing, McCall Edel. Cross shot near side, fielded by Lambrecht. Taylor will set, far side, she'll go. Yawn, big swing off the block, and down and in for a kill.
I got to give props to Pierce on that, as Bornhoff had set that over. She has long enough arms to reach out and get that dig.
Sammy Morgan with the serve up 4-3. She'll line it down the middle, fielded by Janaea Daly on the back row. Bornoff running bump set near side. King with a big swing, cross shot far side. Popped up by Edler back row. Lambrecht set down the middle. Pierce, she'll push it deep. Dug up back row by Chintala. Bornoff will turn. She'll set near side. Big swing, King, angle far line. Dug out by Yawn. Popped up back to Yawn on the far side. Big swing off the block. Kept up by Yawn off the block. And Pierce will tip it back over. Checked up front row by King. Bornoff will set back far side. McCall Edel cross shot too wide now.
Giving away points. I think that is you're gonna hear that plenty of times coming through the rest of this match.
5-3 lead for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Sammy Morgan will take and line the serve into the net just when it looked like Caliche was going to be able to get a run and start to create some distance. Commit a mental error on a service error. Timmy Keisel and Rachel France on for the Fleming Lady Wildcats. France with the serve. She'll knock it down the middle, fielded by Sammy Morgan. Back row, back set, near side. Yawn hit the ball, and it dropped.
It looked like she had gone up and just caught it with the fingertips coming around on the follow-through and rolled over the net and through a block.
Hannah Yawn will give herself the serve up 6-4. Fielded back row by Chintala. Set down the middle. Keisel with a big swing deep. Dug up by Lambrecht on the back row. Taylor running bump set and a free ball come from the back line. And Lambrecht played nice and deep. Popped up by Chintala back row. France set near side. King big swing off the block. Dug out by Yawn back row. Lambrecht will set it up for for Taylor. Taylor dug out by Chintala back row. Set far side. McCall Edel off the block and gets the kill.
I think if either of these teams can pull out to a 4, maybe 5-point lead, you can start seeing a run happening. But both of these teams keeping it close.
Taylor King will take the serve, line in near side, fielded by Taylor. Set far side, Edler off the block, and it got the kill. First second of the contest. On to serve will come Kaylee Lewis for the Caliche Lady Buffs.
Either of these teams very dangerous if they can get some momentum in their favor.
Kaylee Lewis up 7-5, lines it down the middle, fielded by Chintala back row. France set, Keisel big swing off the block and down and in for a kill. Timmy with her first of the contest.
Mom, Timmy did a very good job of that.
Wildcats will look for the tie on the serve of Megan Chintala. She'll line it down the middle, fielded back row by Sammy Morgan. Lambrecht sets it up far side. Edler angle near side, fielded by Daly back row. France will set back row swing from Taylor King off the block. Nicely dug up back row by Jan. Chased down by Edler and a free ball. No, and an attack from the back row from Jan. Nice play. Popped up by Chintala. Back set far side. Kurtzer bangs it off the block. Kept in play. Running bump set up by France, and the near side free will come from Keisel to the near side. Popped up by Lewis, set down the middle for Pierce, banged off the block, kept up by Lambrecht, front row. Jan will free it deep. Dug up backside by Chintala, short set down the middle. Keisel, she'll push it over the top of the block. Popped up back row by Lambrecht and a free ball deep by Edler. Dug up back row by Chintala, set onto the near post for a swing off the block of the net from Janaea Daly. Dug up by Rachel Edler, back to Edler on the far post. She'll push it over the top of the block. Diving dig out by France. Abby Kurtzer near side. Daly with the push down the near line. That's a carry. I was waiting for that to come in during the play-by-play. Got to get the beatbox on. Taylor Weingart will take the serve. 8-6, boss line, far side, via to back row by Chintala. Set over the net by Rachel France. Popped up by Lambrecht. Tipped back over by Sammy Morgan. Checked up by Chintala, back row. France down the middle. Keisel, big swing, down and in.
Guess what? Damn it.
Student section always has done a great job at Fleming in this last 6-year run where they made it to and played for the state championship of coming up with fun cheers. They really engage their fan base very well.
They do. I'll tell you about their little cheer when a point happens for Fleming.
Bornoff to line it short, popped up back row by Weingart, and then a back row free will come from Kaylee Lewis. Popped up high back row by Taylor King. Bornoff to back set far side. Kurtzer, big swing, rejected back by Sammy Morgan.
Wow, that just amazing what Sammy Morgan can do when just as a solo artist or even on the attack.
9-7. She has her 6th stuff block of the day, first of this match. Serve will come from Edler. Far side fielded by Chintala. Set down the middle. Sage Herbert with the push far line. Popped up by Edler. Set onto the far side. She will go. Push down the line by Jan. Checked up high by Bornoff. Kurtzer will set down the middle. Herbert once again. Diving dig not successful. And Sage Herbert will get the kill.
As a point, if the Fleming Wildcats are a lead, rub your hands above your head, clap twice, point to the side.
Line serve from Janaea Daly, one full rotation through, looking for the tie. 9 running bump set up by Lambrecht and a free ball over by Jan. Checked up backside by Janaea Daly. Bornoff will come near side into the hands of King. Big swing off the block, and she got the tie.
As they tie it up, I love that. There is a Wildcat over there, too.
There is. The Wildcat got into a worm-off at the district tournament last year. It was quite amusing. Serve from Janaea Daly, far side, popped up back row, set it up for Jan. Her swing down the line, dug up high, backside by Janaea Daly. Bornoff down the middle, Sage Herbert clipping the block of the net, dug up back row by Weingart. Set far side, Lambrecht for Jan. Her big swing popped up high by Janaea Daly. Bornoff will come near side. King tips it over the top of the block. Popped up by Lambrecht. Morgan will set down the middle for Jan. Pushes it far line. Checked up by Bornoff. Kurtzer will turn. She'll set it over. Checked up high by Lambrecht. Morgan will set onto the far side. And a Jan swing deep. Checked up high back row by Janaea Daly. Bornoff will set far side. Kurtzer pushes it down the line. Diving dig out by Weingart. Edler chased it down. And then a free ball will come over from Lambrecht. High floater popped up by Megan Chintala on the Fleming side. Bornoff near side. King big swing. Clipping the net cord. Pancaked out by Kaylee Lewis and a free ball over by Lambrecht. No, 4-hit violation. They say off the pancake it hit Lambrecht and then it was touched by Weingart. So 4 hits will give Fleming the lead at 10-9. Janaea Daly will line the serve down the middle. Fielded by Weingart on the back row. Lambrecht sets far side. Jan big swing near side. Dug out by Chintala back row. Bornoff comes. Built for a king swing near side. Rejected back but widen out. She gets her 3rd kill of the contest. Timeout taken by the Caliche Lady Buffs. You can talk for a little bit.
Well, as both teams, I'll let you do Bob Mollendor real quick. I don't remember the whole. Just give a quack about Aflac.
Absolutely. Bob Mollendor, Daryl McCormick, 522-2309. They'll get you to know quack about Aflac. They bring you this timeout.
As both teams really not letting the other go ahead. I said earlier, you get a 3, 4, 5-point run and get that 5-point lead, you're going to see some more runs and possibly a lot of momentum. Neither team going ahead 3 points or more. It's been a 2-point ball game the whole first set. And that's what you like to see. The Caliche Buffs getting a lot of play out of their front row and not getting the quality attacks that they like to see, but they're playing defense like you want to see. And the Wildcats have yet to really exploit their offense and a lot of errors as Daly will serve it over.
Fiota back row by Adler for the Caliche Buffs. Slides that near side. Sammy Morgan cross shot. Dugout back row by Janaea Daly. Chintala near side. Big swing. King off the net, and it will result in a kill.
And that is the first 3-point lead of set 1.
It's a 4-0 run for the Fleming Lady Wildcats as they were down 9-8. Janaea Daly will line it far side. Popped up by Weingart back row. Lambrecht sets it over for Young. Cross shot near side. Checked up high by King. Bornoff backs at far side. Kurtzer, her cross. Down on the back line and in for a kill. Abby Kurtzer's first of the contest.
6-0 run?
6 or a 7? It's a 6-0 run because it was 9-7.
And that is a 4-point lead for the Wildcats.
Janaea Daly will put another serve down the middle. Fiota by Adler. Back row. Lambrecht far side. Jan hopping off the block and getting the kill and in the run. Pretty one-dimensional offensively for Caliche right now. Hannah Jan's gotten the majority of the sets. Sammy Morgan's been blocked well by the Fleming Lady Wildcats as Jaden Lambrecht will take the serve. Jaden lines it down the middle. Fiota by Megan Chintala. Back row. Bornoff set it over for Abby Kurtzer over the top of the block. Dug up by Lambrecht back row. Taylor will set it up far side for Jan. Her attack off the block. No for-hit violation.
Tough to play it off. You're not sure if it's coming off that block or off the top of the net cord.
Abby Kurtzer is playing right side. She'll step back and take the serve. Kurtzer flies it down the middle. Popped up back row by Weingart. Lambrecht sets it up for Morgan. Her attack dug out by Kurtzer back row. Bornoff will set from the back row near side King. Her attack angle wide, too wide now.
Brings it to a 3-point contest for Caliche as they're down 14-11.
Sammy Morgan with the serve. She'll fly it down the middle, fielded by Janaea Daly on the back row. Bornoff sets it up for King. Her attack dug out back row by Sammy Morgan, chased down by Taylor, and a free ball over by Megan Pierce. Quick check up from the back row for Chintala. Bornoff will shoot it near side. King tips it inside the block, popped up by Lambrecht, bumps that up by Taylor, and an attack angled over by Pearson, down and in for a kill.
And once that 4-point lead came out, Caliche's able to come back and make it a 2-point game.
Ebb and flow of volleyball, and it doesn't get much more pure than this. This is the precursor of what all 6 matches on Saturday are going to be like. I can pretty well guarantee that.
I'll be a notice.
Sammy Morgan with the serve, line down the middle, popped up back row by Janaea Daly, back onto the Buff side. Push back over by Pierce, Bornoff to a quick check, set far side. Herbert will free it back onto the Buff side. Popped up by Taylor, Lambrecht underneath it. She'll give it down the middle for Pierce. Pierce hopping the block and getting the kill. Back-to-back kills for Megan Pierce.
1-point ball game. Ben, you know what wins ball games?
What?
Defense and 3-run home runs.
Or 3 home runs in a game. Line serve down the middle for Sammy Morgan. Set up near side. The attack from King off the block. Checked up high and Daly will free it deep. Dug up back row by Edler. Lambrecht will shoot it off onto the far side. Yawn off the block. Dug up by King off that block. And Bornoff will come back to King near side. Her attack rejected back by Megan Pierce. That's 3 straight points by Megan Pierce.
Megan Pierce has just done the Kung Fu Panda of volleyball, what Kung Fu Panda did last night in the World Series.
Kill, stuff block. Sammy Morgan at 14-all with the serve. She'll line it down the middle, popped up back row by Taylor King. Set back for a backswing from McCall Edel off the block. Lambrecht keeps it in play. Taylor will set it up far side for Jan. Her attack off the block, dug up by Daly. Back row, Bornoff will turn. She'll set it over. Diving dig out by Lambrecht, and then Taylor trying to get there cannot. Caitlin Bornoff gets her 6th kill of the day, first of the match.
Pitching, which is much like the serve. Defense, blocks, 3-run home runs, big kills.
Rachel France will take the serve for the Fleming Lady Wildcats, up 15-14 here in set 1. Line down the middle, fielded by Sammy Morgan, back row. Back set near side, Lambrecht, yawn over the top of the block. Popped up by France, back row. Edel will set for a free ball over by King. Short, popped up by Yawn. Lambrecht will go down the middle for Megan Pierce. She'll push it into the block ball, kept in play off the Timmy Keisel block, but can't get a second. Keisel gets a stop block, her first of the match.
30 points so far in this first set, and no more than a 4-point lead for either team.
Only 7 errors. Line serve down the near side, popped up back row by Jan. Running bump set up in the far side swing for Pierce. Her attack dug out back row by Chintala. Shoot set near side, King will push it down the line and in for a kill. Over the head of Lambrecht. Morgan playing too far back, and Taylor King will get her 5th kill of the contest. France with the serve, fly deep, popped up back row by Sammy Morgan. Lambrecht will set down the middle for Jess Taylor. Her attack down and in for a kill. She mishit that and got the kill, her first.
And what was more interesting is there was not a Wildcat around. There wasn't even a Wildcat to challenge the attack.
Hannah Yon will take the serve. They haven't set Jess Taylor but a few times all day. Line down the middle, popped up by Chintala. Back row, set it up for Keisel. Her attack deep. Dug up by Morgan. Lambrecht will set it off onto the far side for Edler. Pushed over the top of the block. Checked up by Keisel. France bumps at near side King. Angle back far line. What a play. Down and in for a kill.
She was, for the fans watching on Chassa.tv and ColoradoPreps.tv, near the bottom of the end and gets it on the far side 10-foot line.
She gives herself the serve up 18-15. Fielded back row by Annie Yon. Back set near side Jess Taylor. Her cross off the block. Dug out by Taylor by King back onto the buff side. And a flat free by Pierce. Played into the block of Keisel. Kept up on the front row by Taylor. Set far side. Edler rejected back. Ball popped up by Yon. And Pierce will set Edler again. She'll be again rejected back by Yon. Tipped back over by Pierce. And down and in for a kill.
Pierce. This is like...
This is fun.
This is amazing what she has done so far here today.
Into serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs is Kaylee Lewis. Lewis lines it into the net. We've played 35 points, 8 errors.
That's pretty good.
These two teams are bringing it today. 19-16, Megan Chintala with the serve. One and done her first time at the line. Line near side, fielded by Kaylee Lewis. Back row, Lambrecht will set it off far side. Edler down the line, but too wide now. She caught the block and will get the kill.
Derek Kerber of the Wildcats was like, are we watching the same attack? Because I didn't see it.
He's wearing black, though, so his opinion doesn't count.
You know what?
Only those wearing white count today. You don't, Jelly, sorry. Line down the middle from Taylor Weingart. Set near side, Taylor King. Her attack dug out by Taylor Weingart. Popped up high, set far side, and Edler will free it. Back onto the Wildcat side. Checked up at the 10-foot line by Daly. Set down the middle and a free ball back over by Keisel. Checked up back row by Weingart. Lambrecht setting down the middle. Sammy Morgan hitting the net cord, not the block. That is a 4-hit violation. 14 kills in the first match today. Sammy Morgan has 2 hitting errors and no kills in the second.
Yeah, but Pierce has been the Sammy Morgan of this game.
Good flip in the starting lineup. Jess Taylor going to the bench to start, and Megan Pierce got in the start, and it's paying dividends. Bornoff into serve. She'll line it down the far side, fielded by Yon, kept up, and a back row swing will come from Sammy Morgan. Checked up near side by Janaea Daly. Back set far side, Abby Kurtzer off of the block at the net, and then the free ball over after it's kept in play. Diving dig out by Lewis back row, and Weingart will free it short onto the Wildcat side. Bornoff will set it over the top of the block of the net, popped up by Morgan. Lambrecht will set it back far side, and a free ball over by Edler. Popped up by Bornoff on the front row. Abby Kurtzer shoots set near side. Daly pushes it into the block at the net with her left hand and gets the kill, her first of the contest.
Where that set was, there was no way that she could get her body far enough over to swing with the right hand, so she just threw the left hand out there and tipped it right into the block.
21-17 Wildcats make it 21-18 as Caitlin Bornoff lines the serve into the net. Caliche Lady Buffs will hand the serve to Rachel Edler. She was one and done her first time at the line. Now line it near side, fielded by Taylor King for the Wildcats. Set onto the far side, Abby Kurtzer pushed off the block. Diving dig out by Jaden Lambrecht. Ball kept in play, bumped up high, and a free ball over by Kaylee Lewis. Popped up by Bornoff. Chintala back row set for a back row swing from Taylor King into the net.
Back-to-back errors for the Wildcats.
Lead cut down to 2, 21-19. Edler with the serve. She'll line up far side, fielded by Janaea Daly. Set up by Bornoff onto the near side. Taylor King will run free it down the near line. Checked up by Kayla Lewis. 10-foot line set up for Lambrecht. Far side, Yon, her attack deep. Dug up back row by Taylor King. Chintala chases it down, and King with a flat free from the back row. Angled deep, dug up by Edler back row. Lambrecht will set it up onto the Fleming side. Not touched by Daly, and it's going to be a 4-hit violation. That ball had some English on it to get back onto the Caliche side without being touched. 22-19, Janaea Daly gets the serve. She'll line it far side, fielded by Kayla Lewis. Back row, Lambrecht sets far side. Off the block of the net goes Yon, pushed up by Morgan. Back to Yon. She'll push it into the net. And Hannah Yawn will take this to a 23-19 game on that hitting error. Timeout going to be taken by the Caliche Lady Buffs. Their second of the set.
The Fleming Wildcats right now have been taking advantage of the little errors that the Caliche Buffs have had, just close sets to the net, tipping them back down, close sets that the Buffs could not dig out of the net and get a free ball over. But the Buffs have been playing so aggressive that it's working out to their advantage as well and keeping it a close game. It's only a 4-point match. Granted, the Wildcats are only 2 points away from the set, but that's something that the Buffs can overcome right now.
There's errors, there's unforced errors, and there's forced errors in tennis. And most of Fleming's 7 errors
Unforced.
Are forced. On the Caliche Buffs continuing to get there, most of Caliche's errors are unforced, which is leading to the 4-point lead.
I was counting most of the unforced errors from the serve.
That's true. Yeah, there's only 2 on the, or 1 on the Fleming side on the service. 23-19, Janaea Daly will fly it near side. Popped up back row by Edler. Lambrecht sets far side. Yawn with the attack deep. Missed dug back row and down.
And that right there is a situation on Janaea Daly where she could play that and try to at least pop it up long enough for Chintala to get under it, or she could try to let that go and risk having it hit the line.
Lambrecht with the serve down, 23-20, line near side, popped up by Taylor King. Back to King near post, off speed, far side, popped up by Yawn. Lambrecht will set to Yawn, far side, big swing, dug up back row by Janaea Daly. Backs at far side, Kurtzer off the block at the net, kept up by Chintala. Joust stuffed down by Sammy Morgan.
Just because she doesn't have a lot of kills doesn't mean she's not contributing.
Lead cut down to 2, 23-21 here in the first. Jaden Lambrecht will continue with the serve. She'll take it, fly it down the middle, popped up by Chintala back row for Fleming. Taylor King, 10-foot line swing, arc deep, dug up by Weingart back row. Lambrecht setting far side for Yawn. Her attack angle near line, caught the line and in for a kill.
Hannah Yawn. Usually the Buffs have been going to Morgan, but as Coach Hermer and the Wildcats take a timeout, Morgan has been their go-to, and then Pierce, and now Hannah Yawn is leading this team in kills right now.
Yeah, on the day to boot. She had 9 in the first match. She now has 15 on the day with 6 already in this match.
So she's tied with
Sammy Morgan.
For on the day. And I think King for Fleming is close to that too.
She has 6 kills in this match, 21
So she has 21. Mm-hmm. So we have 21, 15, 15. And then Pierce is coming along splendidly.
Yeah, she is. She's already in this one, got 3 and no hitting errors. Lambrecht down 23-22. Will have the serve out of the Fleming timeout. Jaden flies it deep, popped up back row by Chintala. Set up born off far side. Kurtzer pushed down the line. Diving dig out by Edler back row. Lambrecht's back set near side. Taylor, her attack off the block at the net and got the kill. We're tied at 23.
When you are down, just remember this. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Lambrecht will take the serve. Fly down the near side, diving dig out by Chintala. Born off to King, near side, off speed, off the block of the net, kept up by Lambrecht. Taylor will set it up far side. Yawn, her attack down the line. Dug up by Chintala back row. Bornoff backs at far side. Abby Kurtzer pushed down the line. Diving dig out by Weingart back row. Kept up by Yawn and a flat free over by Lambrecht. Diving dig out by Chintala. Shoot set near side. King, big swing, big, too big and out. And it's set point for Caliche, who was down 23-19. Timeout number 2 of the set for Fleming. Prior to the serve, a 5-0 run for the Buffs.
And right there, Ben, you know I'm a baseball guy, and I usually put all these baseball analogies in here. What Taylor King did earlier, gas, 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 changeup. Well, when you throw off speed, usually you want to go back to an off-speed pitch and then get yourself back into that throwing hard. Well, she went gas, 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 off-speed, gas, and she just released it a little too high, ends up in the backstop. In this case, goes long on the attack, where if Taylor is going to come out, she's going to have to say, okay, settle myself down here, hit the ball like I'm used to doing.
These two teams during the regular season had a 25-23 and a 29-27 set. We're guaranteed at least our third 2-point of the season as Lambrecht with a serve. Set point for Caliche. Fielded back row by King. King, 10-foot line swing off the block of the net. Diving dig out by Weingart. Chased down by Edler and a free ball over by Lambrecht. Checked up front row by Bornoff. Abby Kurtzer near side. Taylor King off speed. Diving dig out. Back row by Edler. Set up Lambrecht. Far side. Big swing. Yawn off the block of the net. Ball popped up high. And we're going to extras. Abby Kurtzer's stuff block forced a tie at 24.
So crucial to get that point as Kurtzer will serve one back row picked up by Weingart.
Weingart will then get a free ball played back over from Lambrecht. Checked up on the front row by Sage Herbert. Bornoff near side. King, big swing. Down and in for a kill. Set point for Fleming.
She didn't go off speed. She went breaking ball there, and she had to go around the block of Morgan.
Abby Kurtzer with the serve at 25-24 Fleming. Fielded back row by Hannah Yawn. Lambrecht will back set near side. Sammy Morgan rejected back. Kept up on the front row by Yawn and a free ball back over by Hannah Yawn. Checked up back row by Janaea Daly. Bornoff will set up for a back row swing from McCall Edel. Angled deep and down and in for a kill. And Fleming, in spite of blowing a 23-19 lead, will take the opening set 26-24. 1A District 4 volleyball action back in 2 minutes on this big-time small-town media production.
Playing sports takes planning. Our day-to-day lives take planning, but we're not all prepared to plan for all aspects of our lives. That's why we have to rely on people like Joel Nelson at Nelson Financial to help us plan for our retirement. Plan and invest in your best interest without compromise. At Nelson Financial, the only certified financial planner in the area, Joel can't help you out unless you call 970-521-7800. Nelson Financial. Better to plan and not need it than need it and have not planned.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
The South Platte Sentinel has been serving Sterling and Logan County for more than 25 years, and they're proud to do it with accuracy, efficiency, and the most comprehensive local news, sports, and opinion you'll find anywhere. The South Platte Sentinel is available every Wednesday on your doorstep or online anytime at southplattesentinel.com. You can also check out the latest news and updates anytime on Facebook. Just visit the South Platte Sentinel Facebook page. The South Platte Sentinel, a proud supporter of Logan County.
Whether you need an operating loan, real estate mortgage, equipment loan, or need capital for expansion, Premier Farm Credit has the loan products to meet your agricultural financing needs. Loan decisions are made locally by experienced professional lenders who understand agriculture. We invite you to compare your loan to a Premier Farm Credit loan. We're confident that you'll find our products, price, and value to be the best in the marketplace. Call me, Ryan Rasmussen, at 522-2330 for all your ag financing needs. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Big Tex, a name you can trust to build.
Next up.
26-24. Fleming takes the first set over Caliche. This is what you expect in a 2 versus 3 matchup in the seed in this district. And also in the state, Caliche ranked second, Fleming ranked fourth. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Honstead in the current Max Preps Freeman rankings. These are two high-caliber Class 1A volleyball teams.
And the other one we saw play
Tuesday.
Just a Tuesday, and the almighty powerful Weldon Valley.
Warriors looking to get to state for the first time since 2009. Caliche for the first time since 2007. Fleming's been there 6 years in a row as the line serve will go deep from Rachel Edler. Ball popped up back row, set it up for Abby Kurtzer. Big swing down and in for a kill. So the opening point of set 2 goes the way of the Fleming Wildcats. And then you can't write Pawnee off, who was just at state last year and also in 08. Janaea Daly takes the serve. She'll line it down the middle. Popped up high. Back row by Weingart. Lambrecht will set it up for Jan. Her attack. Dugout back row for Fleming. Far side Taylor King. Big swing. Too big and out. You talked about it during a timeout at one point in the first set. Pulling away and letting that ball fly long, and I think that's something that you've got to watch for if you're Caliche on the block, because Fleming has hit a lot of long balls. Line serve deep from Jaden Lambrecht. Popped up back row. Set up far side. Abby Kurtzer. Big cross. Down and in for a kill. That was not one of the long balls.
As she goes into the net, actually. So point will go over to the Buffs. And Abby was actually confused. She was like, really?
2-1 Caliche. Lambrecht will continue with the serve. Far side fielded by Chintala. Back row. Set it up in the attack. Tipped over the block at the net by Abby Kurtzer. She says, I'll step 2 feet back and I'll fly it even sharper to the near line and get my kill. How about that?
How does she get that angle? Being left-handed. Or, excuse me, Hannah being the left-handed dig with the dig out.
Set up far side for Sammy Morgan. The attack down and in for a kill. These players are clearly better at geometry than we were. Sammy Morgan's second kill of the contest.
I was pretty good at geometry.
I was good at algebra. And I could program my Texas Instruments calculator to do trigonometry and calculus very well. I didn't learn much. Line serve near side from Sammy Morgan. Popped up back row by Chintala, and the free ball back over by Jan. Bornoff will turn. She'll set back far side. King, big swing. Down and in for a kill.
Such a close game. I'm glad this one is being played out right now, because they're going to be playing again on Saturday.
9 a.m. Saturday morning. So I don't have to learn I do have to learn new names. I have 3 volleyball matches tomorrow down in Akron. Rachel France on to serve. Line down the far side. Popped up back row by Sammy Morgan. Set it up, and Jess Taylor with the big attack. Dugout back row by Chintala. Too close to the net. And that'll take a 4-3 lead for Caliche. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on 104.7 King FM and ColoradoPreps.tv. We will have Akron, Yuma, and Holyoke 2A District 2 volleyball. Line serve deep from Hannah Jan, and King will free it over and short onto the Caliche side. Lambrecht will set it up down the middle for Megan Pierce. Big swing, back row. Dugout by Janaea Daly. Keisel bump set it up, and the attack by King off the block. Dugout by Morgan, back row. Set by Lambrecht near side. Edler, big swing, hops the net court, elbowed out by Taylor King. Bumped up high, and King will push it back near side. Edler out of the net, but it cannot be kept in play. And Taylor King gets her 9th kill of the contest.
Well, you have to learn 2 new teams of names in Yuma and Holyoke. Just remember, it is Wieselmeyer.
Yes.
Wieselmeyer, that it rhymes with diesel.
There we go.
Wieselmeyer.
4 all. Taylor King with the serve for the Fleming Lady Wildcats. Far side, fielded by Taylor. Angle back over by Pierce. Popped up high, set France near side. The attack into the net from McCall Edel. And the Caliche Buffs take a 5-4 advantage. They just have the point on the wrong side. Kaylee Lewis with the serve for the Caliche Buffs. Far side, ball be popped out by Megan Chintala. Keisel will push it near side and in for her 3rd kill of the contest. It's 5-5. And Chintala will take the serve. She'll line it near side. Ball popped up back row. Set up Lambrecht down the middle. Pierce hammers it into the net. And now 6-5 in favor of the Fleming Lady Wildcats. Set 2, they took the first, 26-24. Chintala with the serve. She'll line it down the middle. Popped up back row by Hannah Yon. Set up in the attack from Shaylin Johnson off the block of the net. Dug out by King back row. France sets it up, and a free ball back on the far line by Keisel. Checked up by Lewis. Lambrecht will set near side, and Johnson with the angle attack. King will dig it back over onto the Caliche side. Bumped up high, and a free ball back over by Shaylin Johnson. Near side checked up by Megan Chintala for Fleming. Set far side, Janaea Daly down the line. Dug out by Lewis. Chasing it down is Sammy Morgan. And then a free ball from the 10-foot line. Angled far side by Jaden Lambrecht, and she got the kill. The freshman played the angle and ties us at 6.
Hey, give her some credit. She's been around volleyball a lot more than just being a freshman.
Line served by Taylor Weingart deep. Ball be popped up back row by Taylor King. Set it up for Keisel, and she'll hammer it down. 1, 2, 3.
Timmy!
There we go. Student section right on time, too. On to serve will come Caitlin Bornoff, and in on the front row will come Sage Herbert for the Fleming Lady Wildcats. Bornoff, who had a nice run with 6 aces against Pete's earlier, lines one short, and the free ball come back over from Taylor Weingart. Cleared free, set down the middle for Sage Herbert. She hits it and hammers it under the net.
Thought it was Janaea Daly that had the big run of aces.
Oh, maybe it was her. Line serve down the middle from Shaylin Johnson. Backs at Janaea Daly. Angle far side, down and in for a kill. She gets her second.
And we're right back to where we were the whole first set of 1 2-point match. Or tied.
Janaea Daly flies it down the near side. Popped up back row by Kaylee Lewis. Set up on the near side, and the flat angle deep from Hannah Yon. Checked up high by Janaea back row. Set onto the far post for Taylor King. Nasty kill.
She worked for the blah, 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 and they give her a license to blah.
10 kills in the contest. 9-7 lead for Fleming. Janaea Daly will fly it down the middle. Popped up back row by Weingart. Set onto the near post. Hannah Young. Cross shot off the block. Popped up high by Taylor King. Shoots that far side. King cannot get the attack. The set was too wide for her to make a good play on it. And back to serve will go Jaden Lambrecht. Jess Taylor in on the front row. This is a dangerous blocking lineup that Fleming or Caliche has right out here. Taylor, Yon, and Morgan. Line far side from Lambrecht. Set up on the near side. Abby Kurtzer says danger. What danger? Her 4th kill.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object? Unstoppable force wins.
10-8. Back to serve will go Abby Kurtzer. Kurtzer lines it deep, 2 deep and out.
I told her that, weights during this week of region, of districts, you got to back off just a little bit. You got to go amount of reps, not high weight.
Sammy Morgan will line the serve far side. Popped up back row. Bornoff will set down the middle for McCall Edel. She's too big and out. And this is exactly what I mentioned at the beginning. Caliche pulling that block down. Fleming trying to hit through that block. And when that block isn't there, you're knocking it long. Sammy Morgan with the serve once again at 10-all. Line down the middle. Popped up back row by Janaea Daly. Bornoff will free it clear on to the buff side. Lambrecht will set near the net. Pierce will pop it off the block. Kept up on the front row by Yon. Back set far post for Taylor. She'll pop it off the block. Elbowed out by Chintala. Good get, but not kept in play. And Jess Taylor gets her 3rd kill of the contest.
The way Chintala dove for that, there was so much spin off the block that she was diving straight, ended up having to throw her elbow over to the right.
Sammy Morgan, short serve, far side, fielded by Taylor King. Far post swing for King, push through, popped up by Lambrecht. Taylor will set it back onto the Wildcat side, push back over by Herbert, and Megan Pierce in the net trying to block that ball. Keisel and France on for the Fleming Lady Wildcats. 11-11 here in the second. Fleming up 1-0. 26-24 in the first one. France will fly the serve near side. Checked up high by Shaylin Johnson. Lambrecht will set it up for Pierce. Off speed deep. Dug up by Janaea Daly back row. France will set far side. King off the block and gets her 11th kill.
Woo. As the
Jeanette Lambrecht was arguing that was a off the net, not off the block. That was off the block. We're right on top of the net. They got the call right. 12-11. France serve near side, fielded by Shaylin Johnson, back row. Back set far side, Yon big swing, too big and out.
And the Caliche faithful still a little chit-chatty about that call. But most people are.
France, top spin serve near side, popped up by Shaylin Johnson, back row. Near post, Megan Pierce banged off the block, stuffed back by Timmy Keisel. (14-11), Fleming back on, actually not back on for the first time comes freshman Jordan Nelson for Caliche, replacing Megan Pierce. France, side spin serve near side, checked up by Shaylin Johnson, to Nelson near side, her spin, too big and out.
That was also one of those things as Jeanette Lamrick will take a timeout as Nelson hit underneath the ball instead of getting up on top. Got a quick arm, short-armed it, and rolled it off her fingertips and ran it long instead of catching a lot of the ball with her palm. and getting it to fall in that back corner.
It's exactly what Coach Lambrecht was talking to Megan Pierce on this timeout, which is brought to you by Bob Mullendore, your independent associate Aflac representative, now joined by Daryl McCormick. Give him a call to get to know quack about Aflac. Call 970-522-2309. She was talking about coming over the top and opening that elbow up a little bit on that swing. So, something especially when you're making those big swings, not necessarily the big kill swings where you're popping it down, but those big deep swings where you've got to open things up a little bit, and they're just not doing that right now as Caliche.
It's much like with a serve. Keep your elbow up is what they're trying to say. Is you got to make sure you're staying on top of the ball, because if you drop that elbow, you're going to start hitting underneath, and everything's going to sail along.
Volleyball 101. That's why we have fun. Serve will come from Rachel France, short down the middle, fielded by Shaylin Johnson. Lambrecht will set it up, and a swing from Taylor, deep. Popped up back row by Janaea Daly, bumped up far side. King mishits the ball, and it comes up with another hitting error. Most of her hitting errors have been because the dig has been askew or the set has been offline. She's actually hitting the ball very well today, in spite of the fact that in this match she has 6 hitting errors. 15-12, Fleming leads. Serve from Hannah Yon will be popped up back row by Chintala. Kaiser will turn, hammer it deep. Dug out by Yon, back onto the Wildcat side. And in the net went Jordan Nelson. She'll come out, and Megan Pierce will come back on. Caliche only has 11 suited. And they've played 10 in this match. Line served by Taylor King, far side. Popped up back row by Taylor. Down the middle, Pierce will bang it off the block of the net. Popped up by Daly on the front row. Back set for a slide for Keisel. Blocked at the net by Pearson. A lift ball off the block. And, well, the sit-down worked well for Megan Pierce. She comes up with her second stuff block. And 2 on. Edler will return for Shaylin Johnson, and Kaylee Lewis going to come on to serve for the Caliche Buffs, down 16-13.
I thought you were going to say the ref in the big chair.
Line serve down the near side, popped up back row by Chintala, set far post. Over the top of the block of the net goes Janaea Daly. Set up by Lambrecht on the near side, near the net. Edler stays out of the net somehow. Kept in play, and Daly will free it into the block of Megan Pierce. She read that well. The only thing Daly could do was just soft tip it, and Megan Pierce got up there and got her third stuff block of the match.
And not only that, she blocked it down, and then Daly tried to set it back out and set it out of bounds.
Kaylee Lewis with the serve down the middle. Ball missed pop back row down the middle. Again, Pierce with the block on the Keisel attack, and the free back on to the Buff side. Set near side. Edler tips it near line. Kept up on the front row by McCall Lettle, and a free ball back over by Chintala. Popped up back row by Hannah Yon. Back set far side for Megan Pierce over the top of the block down the far line. Checked up by King. France underneath it for Keisel. Her attack angled deep, and trying to get out of the way was Hannah Yon, and her hair flipped back and caught the ball. That counts as a touch.
The jersey, the hair, it's all part of the uniform. Shoestrings.
17-14.
Tags off shirts.
Chintala, short serve far side, fielded by Yon. Lambrecht will set it up near post. Edler rejected back, kept up by Lambrecht. No, it was a lift ball, and Abby Kurtzer gets a stuff block, her second. 18-14 Fleming. Chintala lines it down the middle. Fielded by Yon on the back row. Lambrecht will set it up for Pierce. Pierce's attack deep. One arm dugout back row by Chintala. Set up for a back row swing from Taylor King. She'll angle it far side. Fielded by Morgan on the back row. Running bump set up, and Lambrecht will free it over in deep and just missed the back line. 5-point lead for the first time all match.
She almost floated that in the perfect corner as Chintala serves it deep back row.
Yon checks it out, set near side. Edler, big swing, and Chintala misread that ball, and Edler on the misplay will get her fourth kill of the contest.
And not only that, did she misread that? That's a tough ball for her, throwing the hands out to the right, but that ball was smoked.
Taylor Weingart will take the serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs here in the second. Crawls the net cord, dug out by Janaea Daly. King will shoot it up far side for Abby Kurtzer. She'll turn and angle it near side. Off the rafters from the Yon dig, chased down by Lewis and freed over by Lambrecht. Popped up by Chintala, back row set by France into the block of Sammy Morgan at the net. Almost swung that one back down. Then they say she carried it.
Wow. Good job by Sammy Moore. She was down on the floor, and that ball was nearly at the net before she decided to jump.
20-15 Fleming. Caitlin Bornoff on to serve. She'll line the ball deep, short near side, fielded by Hannah Yon, back row. Back set far side. Edler, big swing off the block, kept up by Lambrecht. Edler will tip it over the block. One arm popped out by Daly, chased down by King, and a free ball from Chintala, play deep. Checked up back row by Kaylee Lewis. Lambrecht underneath it, near side, she'll come for Edler. Banged off the block, and it rolled the net cord and went down for a kill. 5th kill of the match for Rachel. She give herself the serve, and they need a run here and now. Edler flies the ball down the middle, fielded by Chintala on the back row. Bornoff sets up far side. Abby Kurtzer, big swing, and kept in play by Lewis and Weingart, but it could not be chased down, and the point to the Wildcats. 21-16 here in the second.
The closest buff to that was Edler, and she was still about 10 feet away.
Daly flies the ball near line, popped up by Lewis back row. Lambrecht slide far side. Sammy Morgan trying the wraparound cross and hammered it into the net. Daly lines the serve into the net. Your opponent commits a hitting error like that on just a complete misplay on that wraparound for Caliche. You cannot follow it up with a service error.
No.
Back to serve will go Jaden Lambrecht for the Caliche Buffs. Line far side, fielded by Chintala on the back row. Bornoff back set near side. Abby Kurtzer pushed down the line, popped up back row by Rachel Edler. Lambrecht near side, Yon with the attack, banged off the block and down and in for a kill. 7th kill of the contest for Hannah Yon. Jaden Lambrecht down 22-18 will keep the serve. She'll knock it down the middle, fielded by Chintala on the back row. Bornoff shoot set far side. King, big swing, off the block and down and in for a kill.
23-18. King doing a very good job with her hits today. And, you know, just some of them, she's had to try to adjust her arm before this ball's put back row.
Abby Kurtzer serve, fielded back row for the Buffs. Sammy Morgan, big, too big and out on her swing, and set points for the Fleming Lady Wildcats at 24-18. Caliche had to stave off a 23-19 lead in the first. Abby Kurtzer flies it short, popped up by Jan. Lambrecht will set it up for Taylor, and Taylor's attack, too big and out, and Fleming just takes one crack to take the second. They're up 2-0, 25-18. One set away from guaranteeing the 2 seed heading into Saturday at the 1A District 4 Volleyball Tournament, a big-time small-town media production.
Big Tex, a name you can trust to build great trailers. Big Tex, the name behind quality, precise design, and depth of production line. Big Tex, where style does not get lost in the rugged construction of products. Big Tex, made to last, made to perform. Big Tex, with years of experience and Texas pride built into every product. When your Big Tex touches the ground, it's tested and warranted, ready to transport the job you have. Get your Big Tex trailer at Sterling Trailers. Call 522-2855.
Superior Fertilizer and Construction are proud supporters of the Caliche Buffs. They carry Hubbard feeds for all of your livestock needs. They are also a full-service ag dealer with dry and liquid fertilizer, anhydrous and Chemical Plus alfalfa and grass seeds. If you need a new pole building, give them a call. Same name, same location for 40 years. Give Superior Fertilizer and Construction a call today, 886-2161.
Wernsman Homes and Construction, LLC is an authorized WordCraft builder. Wernsman Homes is a general contractor and can handle your building needs from an ICF foundation, remodel, or a brand new home. Contact Jerry or Cindy Wernsman at 970-265-4895 and let Wernsman Home do the building for you. Visit their website at www.wernsmanhomes.com and let Wernsman Homes be your contractor, now and in the future. 970-265-4895. Support of our area students and student athletes is paramount in their success. That's why Caliche Booster Club wants to invite you to support your local athletes and students in whatever town you're in. The Caliche Booster Club is proud to support the Buffs in all sports and all activities all season long. For more information on how you can become a member of the Caliche Booster Club, contact Caliche High School at 522-8200. And if you're not a Caliche Buff supporter, be a supporter of the area students and student athletes in your area.
Back here at the Bank of Colorado Event Center, we head to the third set, 26-24, 25-18. The Fleming Lady Wildcats on top of the Caliche Buffs. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Honstead. Janaea Daly will start with a serve here in the third for the Fleming Lady Wildcats, trying to cap off a sweep. She was flying that one too long, fielded by Rachel Edler, back row. Set up far side, Jan pushed over the top of the block, the net, fielded by King, back row, born off far side, Kurtzer off the block, dug out back row by Weingart. Set down the middle, big swing, Sammy Morgan off the block of Sage Herbert at the net, kept in play by the Buffs. Far side, Jan off the block at the net, pancaked out by Taylor King, and it will get down. Taylor King, good job to get there, but could not get a second on it.
As Jeanette Lambrecht saying, hey, keep doing what you did here and you in there, good job.
Buffs with the serve, 1-0 here in the second. Shoots that near side, Taylor King, cross shot down and in for a kill. She's got 13 kills in this contest, 14 in the first match against Pete's.
Will she make it to 20?
Depends on the rotation. She doesn't have Abby Kurtzer hitting as well as she did in the first. Abby off the right side had 11 kills in the first match. Her serve fielded back row by Weingart. Far side swing, Taylor too big and out. 2-1 in favor of Fleming here in the third. Abby Kurtzer will fly the ball deep, popped up high, back row by Weingart. Lambrecht sets near side. Sammy Morgan banged off the block and gets the kill. She had 14 in the first match. It's just her third of this match. She has 4 hitting errors to go with the 3 kills, hitting negative in this one after hitting so well in the first. To give herself the serve as Megan Pierce comes in on the front row. Morgan lines it far side, fielded by Chintala back row. Bornoff back row set for Sage Herbert. Her attack checked up on the front row by Lambrecht. Set far side, the attack off the block of the net by Jan. Edler will free it back over, push back over by Herbert, popped up high. Lambrecht shoots set far side, Jan inside the antenna, angle back near side, popped up by Janaea Daly. Bornoff come near side, King, big swing, cross kill.
Wow. That's all I can say. Wow.
Most of this volleyball in this match has been just wow, and they'll play each other at 9 a.m. Saturday morning on the same court. 2 and the 3 seed face off first in the 1A District 4 championship pool. Serve from Rachel France near side, and Jan will angle the attack. Running to her right, she kicked it back with her left hand inside the antenna, and it was misduck.
McCall Edel tried to get the dig, and it just went wide.
Jan served deep, fielded by Chintala down the middle. Timmy Keisel with her first of the set, 5th of the match as the student section.
And myself, Timmy.
4-3 Wildcats. Taylor King will take the serve. She'll be misplayed on the back row by Jessica Taylor and get an ace. That is the first ace of the match for either team. Line serve by Taylor King. Near line, just missed the line on that service error.
I better teach this kid some control before he kills somebody.
Kaylee Lewis will step back and serve for the Buffs. Line down the middle, popped up back row by Chintala into the block at the net, and that was actually an offensive play on a ball higher in the net by Rachel France in front of the 10-foot line. So no stuff block for Megan Pierce. 5-all.
And she's back row because she's behind Timmy.
Yes. Line down the middle, popped up by Taylor King. Set up and the attack played deep by Taylor King. Popped up by Jan. Set far side. Edler into the block of the net. Chicken winged out by Pierce. Freed toward the back corner by Kayla Lewis. Popped up by Chintala. Keisel hammers it into the net. Pierce was there for the stuff block, but it did not clear. 6-5 Buffs. Lewis will line the ball down the middle. Popped up by Daly back row. Set far side. Edel angles inside the block. Lewis from her knees frees it back over. France from the back row sets it up in the attack angle back deep by Chintala. Checked up by Lewis. Lambrecht set far side. Edler attack down the line. Popped up high by Chintala. Diving set by France. Near side Daly into the block of Pierce. Kept up by Daly. And a free ball by France into the block of Pierce again. Give that girl a pogo stick.
Wow.
It's a whole other level of volleyball when you get to the top 5 in the state. Lift ball ace for Kaylee Lewis gives the Buffs an 8-5 lead.
Hey,
timeout taken by the Fleming Wildcats. Last year, this 1A District 4 volleyball tournament had 4 teams in the top 10 of the state. It was Fleming, Weldon Valley, Pawnee, and Marino. Marino now 2A, and Caliche in the Freeman rankings got to bring that up again. Weldon Valley ranked 1 in the state. These Freeman rankings will be used to determine the wild card. Caliche ranked 2, Fleming ranked 4, and Pawnee ranked 8. At least that was the last check I had. May have changed with the matches played on Tuesday. But either way, one of the top 8 in the state is going to stay home because you have to get out of districts to go to state.
And whereas if you say in football, most of the time, if you're a top 16 team,
you're in.
You're in.
Yeah.
Well, this is so when you have 4 teams this close together in rankings in the same district,
it's tough, and this is why it's important to win this match and not have to play back-to-back on Saturday. Lewis with a serve up, 8-5, near side attack from Daly, dug out. Lambrecht will set it up for Pierce. Her attack deep, dug up by Chintala on the back row. France for a back row swing from Taylor King, clips the block in the net, one-handed keep up by Jan. Lewis high bump and a free ball, back over by Rachel Edler. Checked up back row by Chintala, set it up for Keisel, push near side, popped up by Edler, and a free ball played toward the back corner by Lewis. Popped up by Chintala, back row set far side, Edel, she'll free it near line, diving dig out by Lewis, kept up by Pearson, back onto the Wildcat side. Popped up by Daly, back row, set down the middle. Timmy Keisel, big swing deep, diving dig out by Lewis again. Popped up by Jan, and a free ball by Lambrecht, off the block at the net, diving dig back over by France. Popped up far side, Edler crawling the net cord and finally getting it to go down. That might be the most incredible rally of the day.
Megan Chintala had a great try at that dig and just misplayed it off the arm, and right there was Timmy Keisel, almost had it back over.
9-5 Buffs. Lewis line serve down the middle, fielded by Chintala, back row. Set down the middle, Keisel attack off the block of the net, popped up back row by Jan. Set down the middle, attack banged off the block of the net by Pierce. Checked up high by Edler, set to Edler on the far post. Her attack hammered into the net.
Oh. This is the largest lead Caliche has had.
Chintala with the serve into the net. It's a 4-point lead, 10-6.
It's a little bit tiring in that, if you say that a lot.
Yeah. Weingart with the serve, line just near side, popped up by Janaea Daly. Set near post, over the top of the block of the net goes Abby Kurtzer, pancaked out by Edler, and a free ball over by Lewis, but too wide now.
That ball was not off her hand or anything. It actually hit low on her forearm. And you can't, if you know, you can control most likely where your wrist is going to go. You can't control where something off your forearm is.
Bornoff on to serve down 10-7, flies it deep. Jan can't dig it cleanly, and Caitlin Bornoff gets an ace.
Second ace of the match. Both going to Fleming.
Bornoff lines it very deep. Popped up back row by Lewis. Running bump set up by Weingart, and a free ball over by Edler. Back corner popped up by King. Set far side. The attack by Kurtzer off the block. Lambrecht keeps it in play. Lewis chases it down. And then a free ball by Weingart. Too wide and out.
And that was a tough play between Weingart and Jan, both calling for it. And Weingart ended up being the libero, has the call over her. And it was a tough angle for her to make that play.
Bornoff for the tie at 10. Fielded back row by Lewis. Free back onto the Wildcat side. Bornoff set far side. Kurtzer pushes it near side. Checked up high by Lambrecht. Edler will free it over and short. Checked up by Bornoff. Abby Kurtzer comes near side. Janaea Daly down the line. Diving dig out by Lewis. Back row. Lambrecht sets far side. Edler over the top of the block of the net. Pop back onto the Buff side. Set down the middle this time. Morgan. Her big swing. Too big and out. Block got out of the way. No, it didn't. It kept its hands up. And the kill will go to Sammy Morgan.
Ooh, that good job by Abby Kurtzer, missing on the first block and then coming hitting the ground and jumping right back up and getting the second block.
Adler will take the serve. She'll line it deep. Popped up back row by Janaea Daly. Born out for a back row set for a Chintala swing. Dug up back row by Kaylee Lewis. Lambrecht will set far side. Big swing left-handed inside the block of the net by Jan. Popped up by Daly. Back set far side. Abby Cursor push near side. Popped up by Lambrecht. Adler will set far side. Jan again. This time off the block of the net and down. Sage Herbert with the stuff block this time. 5th as a team for the Fleming Lady Wildcats. Janaea Daly will take the serve, line far side. Popped up by Kaylee Lewis, back row, back set slide near side. Sammy Morgan rejected back by Taylor King.
11-11.
Third set, 2 sets and none lead for the Fleming Wildcats, 26-24 and 25-18. Janaea Daly will take the serve. She'll line it just over the net court and pick up an ace.
Get the fans down here in the Caliche side. A little bit of FaceTime as they caught that ball. A timeout taken by Jeanette Lambrecht and the Caliche Buffs.
Timeouts brought to you by Bob Mullendore and Daryl McCormick, your local independent associate Aflac representatives. Peace of mind and cash when you're hurt or sick. Get to know Quack about Aflac. 522-2309. Both these teams' football teams will play their cross-divisional rounds this Friday. Fleming will welcome in Bethune. Caliche will go to, I think it's Englewood High School, to take on Rocky Mountain Lutheran. Rocky Mountain Lutheran doesn't have a home field, so they are kind of reliant on whoever will allow them to play on their field. And Caliche and Fleming both wanting to play Friday, as does Pawnee, who hosts a Rickery, so that all their fans can enjoy the volleyball on Saturday.
Hey, I would too, as I personally will be in Otis Saturday.
Otis, High Plains, and Idalia guaranteed out of the District 5. That's for seeding. That'll be on our sister station, KNEC 100.9, and as always, you can see it, coloradopreps.tv. Janaea Daly with the serve, up 12-11. Line near side, popped up back row by Edler, set down the middle. Sammy Morgan banged off the block of the net, chicken winged out by Bornov. Near side swing, King blocked back by Morgan, dug back on to the Buff side and pushed back down by Sammy Morgan.
And Sammy Morgan, smart heads-up play, saw that Abby Kurtzer was slow getting up off the dig and just threw it over into that open area on the far side of the court.
12-12. The line served by Lambrecht comes on the near line. Fielded by King. Popped up back row by Bornoff. And the attack by Kurtzer off the block of the net. King keeps it in play. Herbert pushes it back over. Taylor will set far side. The attack from Yon clipped the block at the net. Yes, it did. It clipped the block at the net. And Jess Taylor will get the kill, her 4th of the contest. (13-12) Caliche. Trying to force the 4th. Line served by Lambrecht near side, popped up by Chintala, set it up for King. Big swing off the block. Lambrecht will keep it in play. Set far side. Sammy Morgan for Jan, banged off the block. Jan frees it back over right into the radar zone of Abby Kurtzer. It's like throwing a changeup dead center to Kung Fu Panda. I think Verlander did that last night.
And also 101 mile an hour fastball.
Float serve down the far side, popped up back row by Jan, set near side. Sammy Morgan banging it off the block and down. Started slow, 2 kills through the first 2 sets, 4 kills in this set. 14-13 Caliche. She'll give herself the serve.
Just to let everyone know, we've been here for 5 hours of volleyball.
Short serve over the net court and down and in for an ace for Sammy Morgan. Is it 7 o'clock already?
6.
No, we've only been on air for 4 hours. We've been here for 5.
We've been here for 5. That's what I mean. We've been here.
We show up way early. Serve from Sammy Morgan, far side. Popped up by Chintala, back row. Bornoff will set it up. King will push it near line. Dug out by Lambrecht. Joust at the net. Won by the Bus. Wildcats push it back over. Taylor keeps it in play. Lambrecht and Edler both going for the ball. And the Wildcats, back within 1, will hand the serve to Rachel France. France slides it far side, popped up by Edler, back row. Set it up on the far post, big swing by Pierce, near side, popped up by Janaea Daly. Set it up for Chintala, the libero back row swing, diving dig out by Lambrecht, back row. Taylor running bump set, back row swing, Rachel Edler off the block at the net of Timmy Keisel and down. Her 3rd stuff block of the match to go with 5 kills. 15 all. Rachel France Flies the serve down the near side. Popped up back row by Jan. Set far post. Pierce with the swing off the block of the net. Dug up back row by Chintala. Bumped up high by Keisel and Taylor King. Big swing. Dug up back row by Rachel Edler. Lambrecht will set far post. Hannah Jan double in her face. Bangs it off it. Popped up high. Set up Lambrecht onto the near side. Taylor, she'll bang that off the double as well. Popped up high. Back row by Chintala. Set near side King over the top of the block. Chicken winged out far side by Lambrecht. And a third can't be got. And Fleming takes a 16-15 lead.
That was tough as both Lambrecht and Edler were going for it, and they both kind of hit arms, and it ricocheted off.
On will come Shaylin Johnson, replacing Rachel Edler on the floor for the Caliche Buffs. They'll go right toward Shaylin, but Sammy Morgan plays it. Set onto the middle for Taylor. Angled near side, and it goes down. Taylor King trying to reach the ball, and Janaea Daly couldn't get it off the tip. Just Taylor's 5th kill of the contest.
Oh, what it was Janaea Daly was going for a dig, and Taylor King popped it up, and Daly was just in the wrong spot.
Jan with the serve down the middle, fielded by Chintala back row. Short set, Timmy Kaiser cross shot far side, popped up back row by Jan. Set far side, Shaylin Johnson pushed down the line, checked up high, back row by Chintala. Set near side, King bangs it into the net, and that hitting error will give Caliche the lead back at 17-16, trying to force a fourth. The serve from Jan, angle far side, misplayed by Taylor King. That's going to be an ace.
Dangerous territory if you're Janaea Daly diving into the front row of Caliche, as that is always just dangerous diving near stands.
Line serve by Jan down the middle, popped up cleanly by Chintala. Francel set near side, Edel over the block at the net and got it to drop, her 3rd kill. (18-17) Caliche. Taylor King, one of the seniors on the Fleming roster, with the serve. She'll fly it down the middle. Ball missed, pop back row by Jan, and a free ball over by Pierce. Angle far line, checked up by Edel. Set down the middle. The attack by Keisel off the block. Pierce keeps it up on the front row. Lambrecht will set it far side. Shaylin Johnson hammering it deep, 2 deep and out. 18 all.
That attack she was just too far back, and she just really flat-footed attacked it instead of giving a full force, coming forward, getting momentum kind of attack.
Taylor King lines the serve down the middle, fielded by Jess Taylor back row. Set it up, the attack off the block of the net from Megan Pierce. Dug out back row by Chintala. Set and Kaiser will turn. She'll hammer it deep. Dug up backside by Hannah Jan. Set far post for the attack from Shaylin Johnson, and it goes down. Her first of the contest. On to serve will come Kaylee Lewis for the Caliche Lady Buffs. Lewis lines the ball near side, fielded by Megan Chintala back row. Set it up on the near side. Janaea Daly over the top of the block. Popped up high, back row by Jan. Lambrecht set far post. Shaylin Johnson too big and out. And that hitting error will tie us at 19.
I still just want to say that the Wildcat over there looks more like a polar bear.
Except it has a tail. Float serve far side by Chintala. Miss pop by Morgan, and that'll be an ace. Megan Chintala with the 4th ace for the Wildcats as a team, and Shaylin Johnson will exit for Rachel Edler.
If it was gray, I would understand more of a Wildcat, but it just white looks like a polar bear.
Serve line far side, popped up back row by Jan. Set it up for Edler. Off speed down the line, popped up by France. Abby Kurtzer will set for Timmy Keisel. Angle back far side, popped up by Jan back row. Backslide near side, Megan Pierce over the top of the block. Popped up by France back row. Kurtzer near side for Janaea Daly. Her attack deep, 2 deep and out. Did not get the tip, and we're tied at 20.
What? This is the match you want to see. If Caliche has to lose this one and go in as the 3 seed, you want it to be a close match like this.
Yeah, to believe that Saturday you can take the first match of the day. King will line the ball deep. Lambrecht will set it near side, popped up by Daly. France will set back far side. Abby Kurtzer over the top of the block. Lewis pops it out. Set up by Lambrecht onto the Fleming side and punched down by Janaea Daly. Misplayed on the set and an easy play for the Wildcats as Herbert and Bornoff come on. Caitlin Bornoff to 21-20 will try and run a couple-point lead here. She'll line it down the middle. Lewis will free it back onto the Wildcat side. Popped up by Janaea Daly. Bornoff sets far side. Abby Kurtzer rejected back by Sammy Morgan. One and done on her second stuff block of the contest. 21 all, and Rachel Edler will take the serve.
Dealer shows 21. You have 21. Push.
Line by Edler, far side, popped up by Chintala, back row, kept in play by Bornoff and freed over by Sage Herbert. Quick check up by Lewis. Lambrecht will set down the middle. Sammy Morgan rejected back by Abby Kurtzer, and then a quick free back over off the nice dig by Jan. Back set far side, Abby Kurtzer will push it down the line, chased down by Weingart. Set up Lambrecht on the far side. She will go off the block of the net, goes Jan. Bornoff keeps it in play, and a free ball back over by Daly. Set up, slide near side, Sammy Morgan. Cross shot down and in for a kill. What a wrap.
You know how she got that ball to fall?
How?
Aliens.
First one we can get in tonight. 22-21. Onto the floor will come Jess Taylor as Jaden Lambrecht takes a serve. Lambrecht, the freshman, puts it down the middle, popped up by Chintala, back row. Bornoff short set for the attack by Sage Herbert, far line, dug back over by Edler. Checked up by Janaea Daly, right into the radar zone of Hannah Jan. Misplay on a free ball check, and Hannah Jan able to stuff that down. 8 kills, 23-21 Caliche, 2 away from forcing a fourth. There it is. You know you've been up here too long when you lose your water. Or mind, but I didn't really have my mind to begin with.
Timeouts have been crucial for both Derek Herbert and Janae Lambrecht, as they have used them at crucial spots. And that's what you like to see as a coach. Take that timeout when needed, because at a 23-21 game, you're going to say, hey, we're still in this no matter what.
Every timeout in this match, the team that took the timeout won the next point.
That's an interesting fact.
23-19 in the first set. Jeanette Lambrecht took a timeout. Her team went on a 5-0 run. Derek Herbert took a timeout at 24-23. His team went on a 3-0 run.
We also are stat nerds.
Yes, we are. And I don't have that on the clipboard in front of me.
I can tell you that there has been 14 pancake digs in this match.
Trying to figure out, I think, a substitution here.
They substituted before the timeout was taken, or while the timeout was being taken, so I don't know if the official said...
Who subbed, though?
It was Caliche was subbing, I do believe. As I think Taylor was coming back onto the court.
Lambrecht has already served a point, though, since Taylor came back on. And everybody's the same on the Fleming side. Rachel's serving. There we go. Thank you. I'm not paying attention.
We love our fans.
Absolutely. The fans are awesome. They keep me straight when I'm not paying attention.
So,
right. Okay. Rachel was, okay, there we go. So the point goes to Fleming.
So it should be 22-22.
What do we have on the scoreboard here? Does it match that one? Okay. So, because I think Lambrecht served before the timeout. I may be remembering another match. I've seen a little bit of volleyball this year. 22-22 with that service violation, so that timeout probably wouldn't have been taken, as the serve will be lined down the near side. Set far post for Hannah Jan. She'll push it near line. Checked up by Taylor King. Bornoff will set it up far side. The attack. Abby Kurtzer missed the back line. She missed the back line. And They celebrated like they had the point, but she missed that back line and then turned and realized they got called for the miss and tried to call for the tip, but no dice.
Oh, that was a close one if you're anybody.
Lambrecht lines the serve near side, popped up back row by Chintala, set it up, and King will took the block off the net and get the kill. 15 kills in this match for Taylor King, 23 all. Somebody will have a set point. If Fleming wins this point, it'll be a match point. Abby Kurtzer will take the serve. Kurtzer lines it far side, popped up back row by Hannah Yon, set it up. Sammy Morgan banging it off the block, popped up by Janaea Daly. Herbert will set it over, popped up by Lambrecht, running bump set up by Morgan. Far side, Yon tips it into the block, kept up by Lambrecht front row. Morgan pops it up, and Yon will turn and float it over in short. Popped up by Bornoff back row. Edel will shoot it off near side. King off the block of the net, chicken winged out, lift ball, match point.
That means Caliche had the lift, and it goes on Taylor, and a timeout taken by Jeanette Lambrecht and the Caliche Buffs.
Interesting turns with the two calls. The service violation that, rightfully so, then took it to 22 all, because if I'm remembering right, Lambrecht served before the timeout, and that was out of rotation. So that point had to go to Fleming. Fleming probably wouldn't have taken that timeout had it been 22 all. They got called on what they thought was a tip and didn't get it. Then got a kill and now have match point at 24-23 to take this one in straights. The Mortal Kombat cheer out for the Wildcats. Abby Kurtzer floats the serve down the middle. Popped up by Rachel Edler back row. Lambrecht sets it up. Sammy Morgan over the top of the block. Diving dig out back row by Abby Kurtzer. Bornoff near side Taylor King. Pushed far line. Checked up by Yon. Set up Lambrecht. Back to Yon. Far side. Banged off the block and out. We're going extras. Hannah Yon, her 10th kill of the contest. She had 9 in the opening one against Pete's. 24 all. Sammy Morgan with the serve. Morgan flies the ball down the middle, fielded by Janaea Daly back row. Bornoff setting it into the block of Megan Pierce, and that stuff block, her 5th of the match, will give Caliche set point.
And back to serve is Morgan.
Timeout number 2 of the set taken by Fleming at 25-24.
I'm out of words.
Yeah, pretty much. This is why we have the video, Colorado Preps TV, because if we aren't on radio, people can just stare at the screen while we breathe. That sounded a little wrong. Sorry.
Go Big Green is being chanted by the Fleming Wildcats.
Thank you.
As in the Caliche Buff student section, I don't know what they're saying. We can't hear them because
we don't have that mic cranked up. So set point for Caliche to force the 4th at 25-24. Sammy Morgan back to serve. She'll line it down the middle, popped up by Chintala on the back row. Bornoff will set it up near side King. Off the block of the net, chicken winged out by Daly. Blocked down by Pierce, lift ball by King. We're going to extras. Fleming got tagged with the lift ball, and Caliche takes the 3rd, 26-24. 2 minutes, back with the 4th set next on this big-time small-town media production.
Paoli Farmers Co-op Elevator congratulates all area teams on their great season and accomplishments. Paoli Farmers Co-op Elevator is your premier marketing partner when you need assistance in marketing your agricultural products. Visit them on the web at paolifarmerscoop.com, or for more information, give Paoli Farmers Co-op a call at 774-7234 for marketing assistance. Superior Fertilizer and Construction are proud supporters of the Caliche Buffs. They carry Hubbard feeds for all of your livestock needs. They are also a full-service ag dealer with dry and liquid fertilizer, anhydrous and Chemical Plus alfalfa and grass seeds. If you need a new pole building, give them a call. Same name, same location for 40 years. Give Superior Fertilizer and Construction a call today, 886-2161.
Wernsman Homes and Construction LLC is an authorized Wardcraft builder. Wernsman Homes is a general contractor and can handle your building needs from an ICF foundation, remodel, or a brand new home. Contact Jerry or Cindy Wernsman at 970-265-4895 and let Wernsman Home do the building for you. Visit their website at www.wernsmanhomes.com and let Wernsman Homes be your contractor, now and in the future. 970-265-4895.
Support of our area students and student athletes is paramount in their success. That's why Caliche Booster Club wants to invite you to support your local athletes and students in whatever town you're in. The Caliche Booster Club is proud to support the Buffs in all sports and all activities all season long. For more information on how you can become a member of the Caliche Booster Club, contact Caliche High School at 522-8200. And if you're not a Caliche Buff supporter, be a supporter of the area students and student athletes in your area. Go to the fourth set here for the first time in the 1A District 4 volleyball tournament. An absolutely fabulous match. 26-24, 25-18. Fleming the first two. Fleming looked like they were going to be able to take the third as well and win in a sweep. But Caliche battled back for a 26-24 win in the third. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Honstead. We head to the fourth after the fourth time these two teams played a two-point set this season. 25-23 and 29-27, two of the sets during the regular season, a four-set win for Fleming.
That's, both of these teams, the way they play, I'm glad it went to four. Because you don't want to see a team like Caliche just get swept right away.
Yeah, you didn't want to see either of these teams get swept because they're going to play each other again at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. They're guaranteed to be the 2 and the 3 seed in this tournament. The winner doesn't have to play back-to-back in the tournament, which is huge because only one time since 2006 has a team that has played back-to-back in this 1A District 4 volleyball tournament gotten to go to state, and that team was Pawnee last year. Of course, one team will because 3 get out this year in this district tournament as Edler starts with a serve and an ace to kick things off here in the fourth.
And once momentum goes your way and you can feel it, it ends up being good for you.
Edler will step back and float the serve near side, fielded by Daly on the back row. Running bump up by Bornoff for Abby Kurtzer. Big swing, too big and out. Now they're checking the Fleming rotation. To make sure they're in the right place. They are, and Edler's given the go-ahead. Edler will fly the serve deep, popped up back row by Chintala. Bornoff sets far side. Abby Kurtzer, big swing down the line and in for a kill. Her 6th of the contest. She had 11 in the first match against Pete's. Daly steps back, floats the serve short, diving dig out by Lewis, bumped up by Edler, and a back flat free over by Weingart. Checked up back row by Chintala for Fleming, set far side, King, big swing, nicely dug out by Lewis, but right into the radar zone of Abby Kurtzer. She threw her elbows up and did her best Keanu Reeves and just set up Abby Kurtzer. Janaea Daly at 2-all, lines a serve into the net. Back to serve will go Jaden Lambrecht as Jess Taylor comes in on the front row for the Caliche Bucks. Lambrecht lines it far side, fielded by Chintala on the back row. Bornoff shoots it off far side. King over the top of the block, near side, and got the kill. 16 kills in this contest. It's a good day.
Today was a good day.
Abby Kurtzer knocks it deep, popped up back row by Weingart set up near post for Taylor, banged off the block, back onto the Buff side. Lambrecht to go back far side for Sammy Morgan. She just pushes it through the block. The set too close to take a real swing, and she did what she could there to get it to go down. 8 kills in the contest for Sammy Morgan. 4-3 lead for Caliche. She'll take the serve. Sammy floats it down the middle, popped up by Chintala, back row. Bornoff shoots it off far side. King into the net, not the block, 4-hit violation.
And even, you can go 4-hit violation or 2-hit violation on her, either one.
5-3 Caliche here in the fourth. Sammy Morgan knocks the ball far side, dug out by Janaea Daly, and stuffed down at the net by Megan Pierce.
I'm not even sure if Megan Pierce touched the ball. That ball was just at the net, and Bornhoff just had to drop down and let it go.
Morgan clips the net cord, popped up back row by Taylor King, set near side Sage Herbert, angled near line, dug out back row by Sammy Morgan. Lambrecht set far side, the attack by Taylor down the line. Dug up by Chintala, back row, Bornoff set, far side, King, down the line, she'll go, diving dig out, back row by Sammy Morgan. Shoot set near side, Lambrecht, yawn over the top of the block, diving dig out by King, chased down by Edel, and Chintala, one arm, frees it over, popped up back row by Sammy Morgan. Shoot set down the middle, Pierce with the attack deep, checked up high, back row by Chintala. Bornoff bumps it up, and King from the 10-foot line will bang it into the block of the net, freed back over and out off the dig of Sage Herbert.
Oh, tough break right there for the Wildcats. They now trail by 4, 7-3.
Sammy Morgan back with the serve. She'll knock it deep, 2 deep and out. Keisel and France in on the rotation for the Fleming Wildcats. Caliche up 7-4, trying to force a 5th set. France lines the ball into the net. Fleming has no energy right now. That 26-24 win for Caliche was a huge momentum breaker. Back to serve goes Hannah Yawn. She'll clip the net cord, roll it over, and it drops. Quick timeout by Derek Herbert.
Fleming approximately 17 miles away. Caliche approximately 15 miles away. So neither team really has some home court advantage because they're about the same distance away.
Well, and they play in this gym so much for postseason volleyball and basketball, and some regular season matchups during basketball are played by both these teams in this gym as well. That's what's fun about this is these teams out here are so familiar with the confines of the Bank of Colorado Event Center that this almost is that second home. We talked about it last night in the NJC Western Nebraska matchup, how many of those local players on NJC we've got to see play on this court for 6 years. And these players are open to be that next generation, although there's a lot of youth between these two teams. There's not a lot of seniors that are going away. These two teams will be almost entirely intact next year with a few exceptions. Back to serve Hannah Yawn. She's one of those seniors for the Caliche Buffs. 9-4 out of the timeout. Piota by Chintala, back row. Running bump set up by France. Back row swing, Janaea Daly, too big and out.
And that's just right now feeding the fuel of Caliche up to a 6-point lead.
King fields the serve, back row. France sets it up for Keisel. Big swing near side, popped up by Yawn. Set near post. Rachel Edler off the block of the net, popped up on the front row by Yawn. Pierce setting it up, and Edler will free it over in short. Check back on to the Buff side, tip back down by Pierce, pop back over by the Cats, popped up by Morgan. Lambrecht, and then a flat free over by Pierce. Checked up back row by Chintala. France underneath it, set far side. King, big swing off the block. Diving dig by Morgan out, kept in play by Lambrecht, and not able to get inside the antenna was Rachel Edler. Well, she could have, but she would have decapitated herself.
Yeah, and it's a good thing she pulled up on that because there was no way that she would have been able to come out of that without an injury.
Taylor King lines her far side, kept up by Lambrecht after the misplay by Taylor, and she freed it down the far line. Set for Janaea Daly, off the block of the net, chicken winged out on the front row. King will shoot it off near side. Edel will push it deep. Checked up by Lambrecht, back row. Taylor shoot near side. Edler, big swing off the block, popped up by Yawn on the front row. Set down the middle, Pierce with a big swing, deep, dug up backside by Taylor King. Set France down the middle, she'll come for Keisel. Her attack checked up high back row by Hannah Yon. Yon with a back row swing, big and deep, dug out by King back row. Chintala and then King a back row swing. Diving dig back row by Yon on the short shot. Set far side, push deep by Taylor, checked up back row by Chintala. Back set near side, France for Edel off the block of the net, kept up by Edel on the front row. France will go for a back row set to her libero, Megan Chintala, angled far side. Dug out by Lambrecht, back row. Taylor for a back row swing from Sammy Morgan into the net.
And that right there, Sammy Morgan jumped when she did not need to.
Yeah, just flat free that over.
Especially being only 2 steps in front of the back line.
You flat free that and you get in position defensively to get a block or a nice dig and keep the rally going. 10-6 Caliche. Taylor King with the serve for Fleming. Line far side, gets the ace, make it 10-7. Is it just me or did it get cold in here all of a sudden?
Okay. It is dark out.
Line served by King down the near side, fielded by Morgan, set up on a free ball short from Megan Pierce. Running bump set up by France, far side Janaea Daly into the block at the net of Megan Pierce. Make it 7 stuff blocks in the match for Megan.
Unreal.
She got the start instead of just Taylor. Deborah Kurtzer is going to come in for Janaea Daly on the back row.
How many kills does Miss Pierce have?
3.
3? Dang, I was hoping for a double-double.
She might have it in digs. I'm not moving quick enough to track digs today. Serve from Kaylee Lewis, line near side, missed pop by Edel, back row, chased down by King, and a free ball come over from Megan Chintala. Checked up back row by Sammy Morgan, short set down the middle. Megan Pierce, big swing, far side, popped up by King. Chased down by Deborah Kurtzer, and a free ball be played over by Timmy Keisel, popped up high back row by Sammy Morgan. Set near side, Edler off the block of the net, popped up by Kurtzer on the front row. Set back near side, Edel with the swing, angle far side. Dug up by Lewis, back row. Lambrecht, back row set for Sammy Morgan. Off speed near line. Checked up high, back row by France. Edel will set down the middle for Keisel. Her attack into the net. It's Timmy Keisel's first hitting error of the match.
12-7. Lead goes out for Caliche. And you can tell the energy is much more on the Caliche side rather than with Fleming.
Line serve, Lewis far side, popped up by King. France bumped down the middle. Keisel pushes it over in short. Popped up by Lambrecht, set for Lambrecht far side. She'll flat free it deep. Popped up by Chintala, back row. France short set down the middle. Keisel pancaked out, back row. No, it got down. The back official pointed her flag down. She pointed her flag down, saying the ball got in. But the whistle never blew. It looked like maybe a Caliche player's foot got underneath it.
Later, asking the line judges of
they say the foot got underneath the ball to keep it up, and then the free ball kill will come for the Caliche Buffs, 13-7.
They asked the line judge, and she said it hit a foot.
Lewis will line the serve deep, 2 deep and out. That's one of those reactionary, you point it down, and then the foot being legal is a new rule this year in high school volleyball. So maybe a little misstep there on the new rule. Short set near side, Lambrecht to Edler. The ball diving dig out, back over by France, freed quickly back over by Edler. France will set down the near side for Abby Kurtzer through the block and down and in for a kill.
Now, if you watch the junior college level, and if you get the chance to watch Western Nebraska, you will see Priscilla Mendez. She is pretty good at doing that whole kick thing.
Line serve far side from Chintala, popped up by Lewis, back row set down the middle. Pierce off the block of the net, checked up back row by Taylor King. Set far side, Abby Kurtzer, big swing, chicken wing near side, goes down and in for a kill. Back-to-back kills for Abby Kurtzer. 9 in this match for Abby. Within 3 comes Fleming. Chintala lines it near side, popped up by Morgan, back row. Lambrecht back far side for Pierce, her angle deep. Dug up by Chintala. Chased down by France, and a free ball will be played over by Taylor King. Quick pop-up back row by Kaylee Lewis. Lambrecht sets far side. Edler hitting the antenna as the set drew her too far to the far post. Timeout will be taken by the Caliche Lady Buffs.
And that will good idea for Jeanette Lambrecht to take this timeout because of the comeback that Fleming is having. The Buffs were up 13-7.
Yeah, it's a 4-0 run for the Fleming Wildcats, and you've got to stop it now because you are in a position down 2-1 where Fleming takes this lead. All of a sudden they have their momentum back. They've not had momentum at all in the first 24 points of this set, and you want to keep it that way, but you've just not had the opportunity here in the last 4 or 5 points to get really good looks at the ball. You've got to get clean digs on the back row. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and because your back row is probably your most vital part. It's your backbone.
Yeah. Chintala with the serve, down 13-11, fielded by Jan backside. Lambrecht will back set, down the middle for Edler. Off the block of the net, diving dig out by France, and in the net went Deborah Kurtzer trying to tip it over. So a Fleming error gives an opportunity for Caliche to regrow their lead, up 14-11 to force that fifth. Serve, clipping the net cord by Weingart, dug out by France, stuffed back down by Sammy Morgan.
Well, it's only happened a couple times in professional sports to be down 2-0 and come back and win in 5.
Line serve will go far side from Weingart. She'll pick up the ace.
But it's also looking like Caliche might be able to do that.
They're going to try and get that done. They want to be that 2 seed. The winner of this match does not have to play back-to-back on Saturday. Line far side, popped up by Taylor King. Set onto the far post. Abby Kurtzer off speed, near side, down and in.
Because the first match
will be these two teams again.
These two teams.
And then Weldon Valley and Pawnee will play at 10:30. The winner of this will get Pawnee after that. And then the loser of this goes back-to-back against Weldon Valley and Pawnee. 16-12, Bornoff on with the serve. Fielded back row by Weingart for Caliche. Near side, Morgan over the top of the block. Dug up by King, back row. Bornoff sets, far side. Kurtzer over the top. Popped up on the front row by Lambrecht. Set down the middle. Sammy Morgan off the block. Popped up high. Edler will turn. She'll set it up down the middle and poked off the block by Sammy Morgan. Popped up high, and Deborah Kurtzer can't get the Abby Kurtzer wing out. And a 5-point lead for Caliche here in the fourth.
The Kurtzer to Kurtzer connection did not quite work out the way they wanted.
Edler will put it near line, fielded by Chintala on the back row. Set Bornoff near side for Deborah Kurtzer. Attack off the block, dug up backside by Kaylee Lewis. Set near post, Hannah Young, cross shot deep, popped up elbow back row by Chintala. Set far side, Abby Kurtzer through the block at the net and down.
And she was giving the look going, I'm pretty sure that was down. Why haven't you called it yet?
11 kills for her as Janaea Daly comes in down 17-13. Daly floats it near side, popped up by Lewis on the back row. Set up near side, Lambrecht will come for Jan. Big swing gets the kill.
Not only was it tipped at the net, it was also tipped by Chintala.
11 kills for Hannah, and back to serve goes Jaden Lambrecht. Jaden will put it down the middle, popped up by Chintala on the back row, set it up near post. Big swing, Abby Kurtzer just missed the back line.
19-13, a 6-point lead. Largest for Caliche.
Short serve by Lambrecht down the middle, set far side. Taylor King down the line, popped up by Lambrecht. Taylor will turn, punch it deep. Popped up by Bornoff, set down the middle from Abby Kurtzer to Taylor King. Too big and out. Tied for the largest lead of the match. Fleming won the second 25-18. So 7 points there, 7 points here, 20-13. Jaden Lambrecht lines the serve far line. Popped up by Taylor King, back row, set far post. Abby Kurtzer pushes near side. Popped up high by Jan, set far post. Taylor angled near side. Dug up by Bornoff, chased down by Herbert, and an attack by Abby Kurtzer. No for hit. As Morgan got up for the block, but that ball never cleared the net. 21-13, timeout by Fleming. This is less about winning this fourth set and more about getting momentum heading to the fifth right now.
And right now, all momentum is shifted to Caliche.
All of it. I mean, Fleming had a flash of energy, 5-7 points here in the middle of this set, but Caliche, with that 26-24 win in the third, has just cruised. And so many times you get a close win like that, and then you can cruise at this level to that next one. But if you're Fleming, 21-13, if you can get to, siding out the rest of the way, it'd be 25-17. So if you can set a goal of getting to 20 by the end of this set, I think Fleming will really even things out heading back to the fifth set. You don't have to focus on winning this because it's just a 15-2 in the fifth.
You just got to get to 15 first. That's all you got to realize.
Just get some momentum heading to that fifth. Back to serve will go Jaden Lambrecht for the Caliche Buffs. She'll knock it down the middle, popped up by Chintala, back row, Bornoff back set. Kurtzer pushes it near side, off the block, down and in for a kill.
And every time a timeout taken, point to that team that has taken the timeout.
Abby Kurtzer flies the serve far line, fielded by Rachel Edler. Lambrecht will set it back far side. Sammy Morgan, lefty push far line, popped up by Janaea Daly. Set far side, Taylor King, big swing off the block, chased down by Weingart, back row. Lambrecht set near side, Jan, big swing deep. Missed dug back row by Janaea Daly, but chased down nicely by Kurtzer and a free ball over by King. Quick check back row by Edler. Lambrecht will set near side into the swing of Jan. Missed the far line. And the lead cut down to 6. Abby Kurtzer lines a serve for the back line and in. Rachel Edler is playing a good 7 feet in front of that back line. If you're playing 7 feet in front of that back line, unless that ball's over your head, you don't let it go. Abby Kurtzer with the ace. Short near side. Popped up out of the net. Kept up by Lambrecht. And Weingart will free it right into the radar zone of King. Dug out by Edler and then freed wide by Hannah Jan.
4 straight points for the Wildcats and a timeout taken by the Caliche Buffs. And Jeanette Lambrecht coming into the huddle going, we can't freak out. And she looked like she was freaking out in a second. She's like, we just can't freak out here. We have the lead. You just need to be consistent and pick away, pick away, pick away.
This would be a match that would be fun to have the coaches mic'd up.
Oh, yeah.
Because both of these coaches have such great volleyball minds. Jeanette Lambrecht for Caliche, Derek Herbert for Fleming. Strategic timeouts. It will be so much fun to have them mic'd up, and neither of them use much foul language, so that would be very nice.
Yeah, no FCC fines for us.
Abby Kurtzer will line the serve out of the timeout, fielded by Edler, back row. Lambrecht back set far side. Sammy Morgan will free it near line, checked up by Bornoff. Edel set far side. King, big swing, off the block and down. First time in the match, a timeout has not resulted in a point for the team that called the timeout. Lead back to 3. 21-18 Caliche here in the fourth. Abby Kurtzer lines the ball near side, fielded by Hannah Jan, back row. Lambrecht sets it up for Jess Taylor. Her attack deep. It was going out. Abby Kurtzer played it. Chased down on the far line by Janaea Daly and a free over by Bornoff. Diving dig out by Edler. Set down the middle for Sammy Morgan. Over the top of the block. Bornoff keeps it in play. Popped up by Herbert and a flat free deep by King. Checked up back row by Edler. Shoot set Lambrecht near side. Big swing Jan off the block. Popped up by Abby Kurtzer. Back row set over by Bornoff. Quick check up by Lambrecht. Taylor will set near side for Jan over the top of the block. Popped up by King. Chased down by Bornoff. Back to King far side. Big swing off the block. Lambrecht chased it down. Taylor will set again near side for Jan. Big swing off the block and down and in for a kill.
And if you are the Caliche Buffs, this is what you got to say. And Jeanette Lambrecht has lost her necklace, and she had to throw it to a player, and is like, oh, no, we can't have this out there. And like I said before, you just got to pick away. You can't break a boulder in just one hit. You got to take multiple swings at it.
22-18, line serve down the middle for Morgan, far side. King off speed, down and in for a kill. Beautiful play. She's been going big pretty much this entire set, and she went off speed that time, and Caliche just swung and missed.
It's kind of like Justin Verlander or Joel Zamaya or Aralis Chapman throwing heat, and then, whoa, what happened?
France with the serve out of Fleming, down by 3, set near side. Pierce banged off the block, popped up by Edler. Back set Lambrecht, far side Jan off the block. Diving dig back onto the Buff side. Checked up front row, Lambrecht back set far side. Taylor, big swing down and in for a kill.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Jess Taylor with 6 kills in this contest.
and they've all come at crucial parts of the match.
Yeah, she's been really a nice force on that side for the Caliche Buffs when they've needed something. Chintala taking some time to retire shoe on the Fleming side. As back to serve goes Hannah Yon for Caliche. Yon flies it down the middle. Chintala pops it up back row. France sets it up. Keisel tips it over the block. Nice get out by Edler. Set down the middle for Pierce off the block of the net. Dug out by Janaea Daly back row. Set far side. King big swing. Hit the net cord on that hitting air and game points to force a fifth for Caliche at 24-19. Nobody has won their first game point in this match. Line down the middle, popped up back row by Janaea Daly, set up high, and the free ball over by King. Popped up by Taylor, Lambrecht underneath it. She'll set it up for Pierce, big swing deep. Dug up backside by Megan Chintala. France set, far side, King, lefty tip, over, popped up by Lambrecht, and a free ball over by Edler. Popped up by France, Edel set far side, King, free short, near side, caught the line for a kill.
That was so close. If you are a Caliche fan, your heart stopped right there. Not sure if it would go out or stay on the line.
20 kills for Taylor King, 24-20. Line down the middle, popped up by Jan on the back row. Lambrecht sets near side. Edler, big swing, off the block, down. We're going to the fifth. 25-20, Caliche forcing the fifth here in the fourth. Why the heck not? We'll be back in 2 minutes on this big-time small-town media production.
Paoli Farmers Co-op Elevator congratulates all area teams on their great season and accomplishments. Paoli Farmers Co-op Elevator is your premier marketing partner when you need assistance in marketing your agricultural products. Visit them on the web at paolifarmerscoop.com. Or for more information, give Paoli Farmers Co-op a call at 774-7234 for marketing assistance.
For certified windshield repair and replacement, you already know to call Smart Parts in Sterling. But what about grill guards, running boards, and other truck accessories, such as BW hitches and 3M clear protective coating for any vehicle? Smart Parts has what you're looking for. Ask about the Vortex system, used for sprayed-on truck liners to protect your truck bed from wear and tear while enhancing the beauty of your truck. For these and other services, see Smart Parts at 530 6th Avenue in Sterling or call 522-5399.
Here's a simple math problem. What's 1 plus 1? 2, you say? Not at Bank of Colorado. Here, 1 plus 1 add up to free. Because our personal free checking and personal free collection give you twice as much free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, no service fees, and more. And when you add on, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you're into free, apply today to open a new account by visiting bankofcolorado.com, where 1 plus 1 equals free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get your DVD copies of the events you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecka, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community. We come back for the fifth set between the third-seeded Caliche Buffs and the second-seeded Fleming Wildcats. Freeman rankings 2 versus 4, Caliche 2, Fleming 4. Great matchup. Both will play again on Saturday at 9 a.m. This is for the right to not play back-to-back. First to 15 by 2. Point totals to this point in this match, Fleming 95, Caliche 93. We've had 2 more sets between these two teams, decided by 2 points in this match. That's 4 on the season. They played 8 sets, so I'd say our chances of playing a close set here, pretty darn good.
And we're going to play Saturday 3 more.
At least.
At least.
Fleming and Caliche will stay on the same sides as that fourth set. Fleming had a 2-set-to-none lead and looked like they were going to walk away in a sweep. Caliche came back. Janaea Daly with the serve to start the fifth. Fielded by Weingart, back row, set it up, and the free ball over by Yon. Checked up by King on the far side. Bornoff back to King, far side, down the line, dug out by Kaylee Lewis, and a kill. 21 kills for Taylor King in this contest.
And there was so much spin and power behind that. I don't think college liberos could have dug that.
Line serve short, popped up, slide far side. Sammy Morgan cross shot down and in for a kill. Sammy Morgan had 15 against Pete's earlier today, 10 now in this match. Jess Taylor in on the front row.
The subway could have felt that hit.
Lambrecht with the serve for the Buffs at 1-all. Popped up back row by Chintala. Set it up. Abby Kurtzer off the block of the net. Diving dig out by Weingart. Taylor will set it up near side. Yon off the block. Dug out back row by Janaea Daly. Set Bornoff. Far side King. Off speed over the top. Popped up by Yon. Lambrecht back to Yon. Near post. Off the block and got the kill. "13 kills in the contest for Hannah Yon. 22 on the day. Serve will come deep from Lambrecht at 2-1. Popped up back row by Chintala. 10-foot line swing by King, far side. Checked up high back row by Weingart. Set near side. Yon off the block and another kill.
As that block, it was up in the air enough, but it fell and hit the up official's chair, and Bornhoff could not get to it.
Serve will come from Lambrecht at 3-1. Popped up back row by Chintala. Set far side King. Big swing down and in for a kill.
As Taylor King saying, I know I still have more volleyball to play, but I'm not going to go out of this district with a loss.
22 kills for Taylor King. 25 by the rest of her teammates combined. Jess Taylor near side off the block of the net. Dug up back row by Janaea Daly. Set over by Bornoff. Cleared up high by Lambrecht. Set near side, flat free by Yon. Down the line, nicely dug out by Kurtzer, and then a clip free over by Sage Herbert. Set Lambrecht back near side. Yon, big swing off the block. Again, a great dig out by Abby Kurtzer. Set far side, Taylor King. Big shot, dug out by Edler back row. Popped up by Lambrecht, and a free ball down the line by Yon. Quick check up by Abby Kurtzer back row. Set far side, Taylor King. Big swing down and in for a kill.
Whew, Edler trying to ding that one out last second. Could not have played that any better than what she did.
3-all here in the fifth. First to 15 by 2. Abby Kurtzer lines the ball down the middle. Quick pop up high back row by Weingart. Back set far side. Sammy Morgan cross shot. Caught the line. Another kill.
Back and forth it's been in every set. Why not? 4-3.
These two teams playing great volleyball. Served by Sammy Morgan deep, 2 deep and out.
Tied up at 4 apiece.
196 points of volleyball so far in this match. Fleming with a 99-97 advantage. All that matters is this fifth set, though. Rachel France on to serve. She'll slide it down the middle. Popped up by Edler. Set by Lambrecht near side. Pierce banged off the block of the net. Diving dig out by Janaea Daly. France set far side. King big swing. Dug out by Morgan back row. Lambrecht running bump set and a free ball back over by Taylor. Popped up by Chintala back row. Short set Keisel tip near side. Popped up by Lambrecht. Taylor chasing it down. Bumped up high and Morgan will free it near line. Popped up by France. Edel with the bump set up. Far side King. She'll free push it near side. Popped up high by Edler. Set by Lambrecht. Backside far post for the swing from Taylor down the line and in for a kill. Jessica Taylor has come up with huge kills in this match.
I mean, it's not just that she has 7 kills. They are crucial parts of the run that Caliche's had.
5-4 bus. Line served by Yon down the middle. Fielded by Chintala back row. Set it up for King. Big swing off the block. We're tied at 5. 25 kills for Taylor King. Half of her team's total.
Wow.
Deborah Kurtzer will come in on the front row for Janaea Daly. Taylor King lines the serve down the middle. Popped up back row by Yon. Lambrecht setting it up, and Megan Pierce jousted at the net, pounded it down. Her 4th kill of the contest. 7 stuff blocks for Megan, and on to serve will come Kaylee Lewis. 6-5 Buffs. Can we play a sixth?
Can we go to 7?
Kaylee Lewis will line the serve far side. Misplay by Chintala. Ed'll chase it down in the attack by Taylor King. Near line, dugout, kept in play by Pearson, freed over. Edler will pop the free back up. Set down the middle for Pierce. She hit the net cord, not the block. That's a 4-hit violation. 6-all.
I wonder why we don't play 7.
Because that's a little tiring. Chintala, short serve down the middle, misplayed by Morgan. Back row, that's an ace, and Megan Chintala has given Fleming the lead at 7-6 here in the 5th.
I think state championship games should go 7.
Line serve down the near side, popped up by Sammy Morgan. Back row, set down the middle for Pierce. Off speed, over and down. Great read by Megan Pierce. She'll go to the bench as Taylor Weingart will come on to serve for her. Weingart flies the serve deep, checked up high by Taylor King. France will set far side. Abby Kurtzer off the block and down and in for a kill.
Let's just trade points the rest of the night until someone wants to go home and goes 2-point advantage, right?
Yep, 13 kills for Abby Kurtzer, 8-7 Wildcats. Caitlin Bornoff with the serve. Bornoff lines it down the far side, fielded by Weingart back row. Lambrecht sets it up for Morgan over the top of the block near line. Popped up by Bornoff back row, set down the middle in the attack over the top by Sage Herbert. Checked up high by Weingart. Lambrecht sets near side Edler off speed short. Checked up by Bornoff, right back to Sammy Morgan, pushed to the far line. Dug out by Kurtzer, pushed down by Morgan again. Dug out again and a King free short. Popped up by Jan on the back row. Back set Lambrecht for the wrap far side. Morgan angle back near side. Checked up high by Deborah Kurtzer. Chased down in a back row free over by Megan Chintala. Popped up by Kaylee Lewis. Back row set near side. Big swing. Rachel Edler off the block. Popped up by Bornoff. Back row kept up by King and another free over by Chintala. Near side check up by Jan. Back row short set down the middle. Sammy Morgan push near line. Bornoff gets the ball out. Chintala bump far side. Abby Kurtzer down the line. Dug out by Kaylee Lewis. Back row set near side. Edler over the top of the block. Diving dig over and out. Edler gets the kill. 7 kills for Rachel Edler. She doesn't have a hitting error. 8-all.
Wow.
She'll put the serve down the near side, fielded by Chintala back row. Bornoff sets over to Abby Kurtzer. She'll fly it short. Popped up by Lambrecht. Lewis underneath it. She'll shoot set near side. Big swing by Jan. Missed the back corner.
That will give the Wildcats a 1-point lead as they lead 9-8, and they'll get the serve. And it will be Janaea Daly with the serve as she floats one back row.
Fielded by Lewis on the near side. Lambrecht will set it on the wrap far side. Sammy Morgan cross shot back near side. Checked up by Bornoff. Abby Kurtzer sets far side. Taylor King down and in for a kill.
Good job by Taylor King to recognize where the defense was and went to the weakest defender on the team. Not that any of these girls are weak at defending. It just happened to be that was the one weak spot on the defense for Caliche.
When you're on the backside of that U on that far side set, that's the hardest ball to play defensively. And a timeout by Jeanette Lambrecht as she wants to talk through with her team. You got the feeling that either team, whichever got that 2-point lead first, the opposing team would take a timeout to say, hey, settle down, you're okay.
As the 2-point lead going to the Wildcats. And they're going to try to step on the gas and try to get to that 15 spot first.
Wildcats will have the serve out of the timeout. And Janaea Daly with that serve. Janaea Daly lines it short. Misplayed ace.
In the 3-point lead now and only 4 points away from taking the match.
Daly will put the ball deep, too deep, and out. So a service error will negate that ace. But a 2-point advantage. They're going to need a good run on serve from freshman Jaden Lambrecht.
When you have an ace and an error, aliens.
Line serve down the far side. Popped up by Chintala back row. Bornoff will set it up for a 10-foot line swing from King. Popped up by Edler. Set up by Jan, far side Sammy Morgan pushed it over the top of the block, and everybody stood there and stared at each other like they were watching A&E.
Kumbaya. And making s'mores.
To tie at 11, Jaden Lambrecht serve, fielded by Chintala back row. Set it up, big swing. Abby Kurtzer cross shot down and in for a kill. 12-10 Fleming here in the 5th. Winner doesn't have to play back-to-back on Saturday. Abby Kurtzer will line the serve off the net court. Popped up back row by Edler. Set down the middle. Big swing by Hannah Yon down and in for a kill.
As that was going long if Janaea Daly had not tried to dig that out.
Got to take advantage of that error. Sammy Morgan back to serve. She'll step up, play a short ball, diving dig out by Chintala. Bornoft up and a flat free deep by Herbert. Popped up by Morgan back row. Lambrecht sets it up for Jan. Double off the double. Popped up by Pierce. Taylor will set it up near side Jan. Over the double. Kept up by Bornoft. And a flat free into the net by King. We are tied at 12 here in the 5th. And a timeout by Derek Herbert for Fleming.
Woo! Pretty close, as this one is going to come down really. I think it's going to go extras. And I'm saying that because neither team has really controlled that, because it's just been poke you, poke me, here's a punch, there's a punch. But you know what? It's going to be pretty good.
107-105, the first part of that sentence. These two teams have played 212 points of volleyball, and they're going to play again Saturday at 9 a.m. Back to serve for the Caliche Lady Buffs out of the first Fleming timeout here in the 5th. Goes Sammy Morgan. Sammy lines it short. Diving dig out by Janaea Daly. Caitlin Bornoff, far side. Taylor King, big swing down and in for a kill. 28 kills in this contest.
And if she gets 2 more, it could end the match, and it'll put her at 30.
Rachel France will come in to serve.
Someone opening the door or something, because feeling a draft.
Ball fielded back row by Edler. Set it up near side. The attack short from Megan Pierce. Dug out by Janaea Daly. Far side. Taylor King down. Pancaked out. No, it got down in front of Rachel Edler, and match points for the Fleming Wildcats at 14-12, and a timeout by Jeanette Lambrecht.
43 kills. Or is it 40? It's 43 for...
What's 27 plus 15? I miscounted.
Oh, you miscounted.
She's only at 27.
Okay.
But nonetheless, that's not a bad day. 42 kills in 8 sets.
Yeah, I could...
I think there's a lot of teams that would take that from an entire team, let alone one player.
Yeah.
Fleming with match points, 2 of them, to guarantee the 2 seed on Saturday and not having to play back-to-back. We'll have the schedule on our post-game show for you of what you're going to see in the 6 matches on Saturday. Mortal Kombat back out for Fleming. They want to finish them. France with the serve down the middle, fielded by Morgan back row. Set down the middle for Taylor off the block, and a big kill from Jess Taylor once again.
Coming up clutch when it counts the most.
She has 8 kills in this match. 7 of them have come after both teams have cleared 20 in a set. Hannah Yon still match point. Short serve fielded by Chintala back row. Short set near side. Taylor King off the block. Taylor keeps it in play. Underneath it goes Lambrecht. Near side Edler over the top of the block. Dug out by Chintala. Chased down by King, and a free ball going to come over from Megan Chintala. Checked up back row by Sammy Morgan. Lambrecht underneath it near side. Edler big swing off the block. Back onto the Caliche side. Edler keeps it in play. Yon sets it up, and Lambrecht will clear the net court, and it drops 14 all.
Woo! Okay, another, being a stat nerd, all of Taylor's kills have come within 4 points of both teams.
Free ball back over by Fleming off the serve. Lambrecht keeping it in play, and a free ball back over by Edler. Checked up back row by Chintala. Short set down the middle. Keisel pushes it. Diving dig by Edler, not clear, and Timmy Keisel gets the kill, her 6th of the match, to give Fleming a 3rd match point at 15-14. Deborah Kurtzer in on the front row. Taylor King will get the serve.
Had to go extras.
It did.
This is like game 7, 10th inning.
King lines the ball down the middle, popped up back row by Jan. Near side Edler, big hammer deep, dug out by Chintala at the net. Edler pokes it back over and down. We keep going extras.
Welcome to the 11th.
15 all here in the 5th. And Kaylee Lewis is going to come on to serve for Jess Taylor.
And now what I was trying to say before, Jess Taylor has had a kill in every set when
in the final points.
In the final points, and when neither team was more than 4 points ahead of the other.
Janaea Daly returned back in on the front row for Fleming. 15 all. Kaylee Lewis with the serve. Lewis will slide it near side. Dug out by Taylor King. Back row. France sets it up. McCall Edel cross off the block. Kept up by Lewis. Chased down far side by Lambrecht. And a free ball over by Megan Pierce. King will try and free it back over. It clips the net. Kept up by Edler. Set down the middle. Pierce off the block. Kept up by Edler again. Then kept up by Jan and off the up official. And out 16-15. A fourth match point for Fleming. Libero Megan Chintala back to serve, and back on will come Deborah Kurtzer. 16-15. Chintala knocks it far side, popped up by Kaylee Lewis, back row. Lambrecht near side, Edler off speed over the top of the block, popped up France to Kurtzer, far side. Abby will get the kill, and Fleming used their moxie to win in the 5th, 17-15. They blew a 2-0 lead and found a way to get it done in the 5th in extras, 17-15. We'll have a post-game show, and we'll give you all the fun stats, and we'll get you the schedule for Saturday when we come back in 4.5 minutes on this big-time small-town media production.
You're looking for a used car, but you don't really trust those used car dealers. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto in Sterling, trust is not an issue. At Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, there is no purchase as is. Every vehicle on the lot comes with a complete warranty. For your convenience of shopping, Ertl Brothers Discount Auto is available online anytime at ebautos.com. They understand that not everyone works 9 to 5, so they'll even set up private appointments to work with your schedule. Visit Ertl Brothers Discount Auto, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, Saturday, 9 to 4.
Everybody knows that when a great opportunity, like an iPhone, presents itself, you grab it. Somebody says they've got tickets to the big game and can't go, you grab the tickets. Somebody tells you that you can get an iPhone at a special price, you grab it. And it's true. For a limited time, Viero has iPhones for only $79.99. And we'll even pay your early termination fees up to $200 when you switch to Viero. All that and coverage you can count on. So hurry into Viero today. Your iPhone is here. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Playing sports takes planning. Our day-to-day lives take planning, but we're not all prepared to plan for all aspects of our lives. That's why we have to rely on people like Joel Nelson at Nelson Financial to help us plan for our retirement. Plan and invest in your best interest without compromise. At Nelson Financial, the only certified financial planner in the area, Joel can't help you out unless you call 970-521-7800. Nelson Financial. Better to plan and not need it than need it and have not planned.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
The South Platte Sentinel has been serving Sterling and Logan County for more than 25 years, and they're proud to do it with accuracy, efficiency, and the most comprehensive local news, sports, and opinion you'll find anywhere. The South Platte Sentinel is available every Wednesday on your doorstep or online anytime at southplattesentinel.com. You can also check out the latest news and updates anytime on Facebook. Just visit the South Platte Sentinel Facebook page. The South Platte Sentinel, a proud supporter of Logan County.
Whether you need an operating loan, real estate mortgage, equipment loan, or need capital for expansion, Premier Farm Credit has the loan products to meet your agricultural financing needs. Loan decisions are made locally by experienced professional lenders who understand agriculture. We invite you to compare your loan to a Premier Farm Credit loan. We're confident that you'll find our products, price, and value to be the best in the marketplace. Call me, Ryan Rasmussen, at 522-2330 for all your ag financing needs. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Big Tex, a name you can trust to build great trailers. Big Tex, the name behind quality, precise design, and depth of production line. Big Tex, where style does not get lost in the rugged construction of products. Big Tex, made to last, made to perform. Big Tex, with years of experience and Texas pride built into every product. When your Big Tex touches the ground, it's tested and warranted, ready to transport the job you have. Get your Big Tex trailer at Sterling Trailers. Call 522-2855.
Superior Fertilizer and Construction are proud supporters of the Caliche Buffs. They carry Hubbard feeds for all of your livestock needs. They are also a full-service ag dealer with dry and liquid fertilizer, anhydrous and Chemical Plus alfalfa and grass seeds. If you need a new pole building, give them a call. Same name, same location for 40 years. Give Superior Fertilizer and Construction a call today, 886-2161.
Wernsman Homes and Construction LLC is an authorized Wardcraft builder. Wernsman Homes is a general contractor and can handle your building needs from an ICF foundation, remodel, or a brand new home. Contact Jerry or Cindy Wernsman at 970-265-4895 and let Wernsman Home do the building for you. Visit their website at www.wernsmanhomes.com and let Wernsman Homes be your contractor, now and in the future. 970-265-4895. Support of our area students and student athletes is paramount in their success. That's why Caliche Booster Club wants to invite you to support your local athletes and students in whatever town you're in. The Caliche Booster Club is proud to support the Buffs in all sports and all activities all season long. For more information on how you can become a member of the Caliche Booster Club, contact Caliche High School at 522-8200. And if you're not a Caliche Buff supporter, be a supporter of the area students and student athletes in your area.
Mike's up.
A 3-2 victory for the Fleming Wildcats to lock in the number 2 seed heading into Saturday's championship pool 1A District 4 volleyball tournament. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Cole Honstead. That, my friends, is a preview of what we're going to see all day on Saturday. It is always a fun tournament, Cole. This was a spectacular match. Both teams deserved the victory in this one. The way they played, and both teams showed that they're a force to be reckoned with, right along with Weldon Valley and Pawnee, and only 3 of those teams get to come out.
Oh yeah, and I'm scared to see what those teams do to each other. You know, we obviously know that Weldon Valley, the top-ranked team in the state, is coming out, and they're on a mission because last year they got into the California tiebreak, and then some issues happened with their players, and they ended up mentally losing a game, and Pawnee snuck into state.
Absolutely. Weldon Valley had just gotten beat by Fleming, and it affected them mentally in that one, and so they've been on a mission all year. But that being said, the way both Fleming and Caliche played today are not the way Fleming and Caliche played against Weldon Valley during the regular season. And if either of those teams brings the match they brought today, we could see a ton of 5-setters. I would be genuinely surprised if we saw any sweeps on Saturday the way all of these teams are playing. The final tally in this one, Fleming winning 26-24, 25-18, 24-26, 20-25, and 17-15. 112 points for Fleming, 108 for Caliche, 28 kills for Taylor King, 14 for Hannah Yon to lead their respective teams. So Saturday, here's our preview of the schedule you're going to have on 104.7 King FM and to see on ColoradoPreps.tv. 9 a.m., number 4 Fleming against number 2 Caliche. These are the most recent Colorado Preps rankings. We'll see this match again. 10:30, that's the scheduled start time, for number 1 Weldon Valley and number 8 Pawnee, followed by number 4 Fleming and number 8 Pawnee at noon. Then Weldon Valley number 1 against number 2 Caliche at 1:30, followed by number 2 Caliche having to play back-to-back against Pawnee, ranked number 8 in the state. Then at 4:30, the scheduled start time for number 1 Weldon Valley and number 4 Fleming. That being said, last year, that 4:30 match did not start till 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it looks like I'll be in Otis.
You can come back here and join me for the noon match between Fleming and Pawnee, although that could be a good one as well, because Saturday on KNEC 100.9 and ColoradoPreps.tv, you're going to have number 2 Otis, number 5 High Plains, and then Idalia, who's receiving votes to be in the Colorado Preps top 10.
Hey, and I like to see that. I like to see good volleyball. So Otis High Plains, that's going to be a very good matchup. And, you know, Idalia, always a tough one as well.
There's no question about it. We've got 7 good teams alive in the 1A ranks, and that'll do our day here at NJC in the Bank of Colorado Event Center 1A District 4 Volleyball. Fleming, the number 1 seed. Out of this Pool B, they'll go in as the 2 seed on Saturday. Caliche goes in as the 3. Join us tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock on King FM and ColoradoPreps.tv from Akron for 2A District 2 volleyball action between Akron, Yuma, and Holyoke. For Cole Honstead, I'm Ben Blecka, back on the board in the studio. Thank you, Beth, for running things, and Shelby here at ColoradoPreps.tv running things. I'm Ben Blecka. Fleming over Caliche in 5 on this big-time small-town media production.